rocket, scooter, AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Charts, midnight glory, heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud. Future kings standing on their throne. Checking the charts with their AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, tracking the charts, midnight glory. Time to re-end all it's blending. Mind on fire, never ending. Dreams of gold, endless fight. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night.
Howdy, friends. Good morning. How are y'all doing today? Welcome back to this beautiful Monday. Ready to take on the market? Coming back in from the weekend. I feel like I got like a little bit of allergy or cold or something. I got like sniffles today. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Hello, hello. Okay, what do we got going on here today? Welcome, friends. All right. What's up, Mike? Fraser, Simon, Get Touch, Kiter, Neologic, RSC, DWG, Mark, Biwa, Trade, Trading Lizard, Netto, Vermin, Colleen, Omen, Meko, Morstein, Sean. Just me talking out loud. What's up? Good morning, all of you guys. Oh. Good morning, Goat. Hello, Mike. What's up, Jorge? And to the rest. I got to get started. We're making a little bit of a late start here. But to all of you, hello, welcome to the stream. Okay, hold on. My fun. Oh, Beauty up here. All right, come on. You be cool. I might find it next. Let's see. Welcome, guys. Hold up. Let me try to get situated here. All right. Okay, so now Funda Next is forcing two-step verification. Okay. App security under security tab. Okay. Hold on, I gotta turn on this. Here we go. Let me turn this on really quick. So I'm gonna do two-factor. Okay. Really? At the authenticator app? This is really silly. All right. Okay. Hold on 1 second. All right, let me get my authenticator up really quick. Okay. Alrighty, hold on 1 second. Okay. Next step. Good morning, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. Okay. Hold on 1 second. What's up, guys? Good morning. Pickle, why are you complaining? What? Already took you out. We gotta do some trading today, bud. Trading today. No. Good morning, guys. Sorry, I was writing the fun to next people. I've been trying to help you guys out, get y'all stuff situated all weekend. All right. You go. Go away. All right, let's take a look at the pre-market. All right, friends, good morning. All right, let's get to it. Matter the dog making those sounds? You never know. Sometimes it's me going. All right, let's get our markings on the chart. Good morning, friends. Okay. You know, they posted this morning, I think like a, wait, let me get this right. 30%, no, 50% off. Hold on, we'll check. Oh, 25% off My Fun Futures now for today. Use our code. 25% off. In response to yet another rule change, you know, at the Team We Won headquarters, there's all this big buzz over the weekend, even, you know, proving the idea that there's a reason, right, that we all speak up because, you know, we have the power to get people to change stuff because we have, you know, millions of people out there that listen to the YouTubers and listen to you guys, listen to each other. As a community, we have the power, all of us. Somebody was like, you know, why do you care what other firm does? Because, well, they backtracked their rule change and they went ahead and made it easier for the 12 traders they were trying to screw over. And I said, that's why we speak up. So kind of neat that, you know, the community they realize the community has all the power now and that you guys speak up. So if you guys recognize any shenanigans or anything out there, y'all let me know. Well, we will fight the good fight. In response, a lot of the firms are offering like, you know, hey, check us out sales. You know, you don't like them? The rule changes all the time. Check us out. My Fun Futures today is 25% off. Check us out sale. 50% off it's if your first time using them. So keep that in mind. Use code Rocket Scooter. They sent that right to me this morning. So it's kind of nice. And they're working diligently at Fund and Next to revamp that KYC process so that it can go quicker. I also think they underestimated how popular that sale would have been because it was popular. And now they're like, you know, swarming with like these manual KYC requests. I'm sure that's taking forever. Anyways, I'm skipping you guys to the front of the line. If you gave me your email or reached out to me, I can get you turned around in like the next day. So reach out to me if you're still waiting on that. I got about like 30 people over the weekend. Okay, let's do this. Marking up the charts, marking up the charts. that here. Put that here. We'll need that today. Okay. We don't need that today either. We'll get this later. Probably res greater than 0, so we'll do support here. Pickle the Storm Monster. Dude, he's like... He's so restless. Hey, what are you doing? What are you chewing on? How did you even get those? Bro must have come up here like last night. He's in the corner like snacking on a pair of my boxer briefs. Like he's just dragging clothes all around the house. He's getting crazy anxiety and the eye doc is gone. He's like chewing stuff, grabbing stuff. That is definitely Matt's stomach growling. What's up? Good morning, guys. Good morning, Renal. You're finding next authentication is due to. Yeah, I told him this morning. I said I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I can continue to use your service unless I change it. So I hope it changes soon. They get it. They've heard us. They listen to us. The thing is that it's since they're in Dubai and it's Eid or Eid or however you say Eid, I think is how you pronounce it. Holiday that even came at the worst time as well, in the middle of their crazy sale because everybody was on holiday at the same time. And then being in Dubai, it's essentially almost the entirety of the company was unavailable. So that's also, it's like maybe they should have not planned the biggest sale ever, a week before one of the biggest holidays ever. So in hindsight, you probably learned that lesson because they're gone for the weekend and stuff. That's what they said. They were all on holidays, so. If you had any issues with them, you reach out to me. I'll get you over it. Trust me. So Grandmaster hit me up with, I told everybody last couple of days, just send me a message in Discord with pictures or screenshots or whatever it is going on. And then I'll hook you guys up with, a path to the front of the line. How long were you in your trades though? And being real, I can't supersede actual rules. They do have rules, just like every other prop firm. So you have to make sure you were actually following the rules. Like, if you were actually high frequency trading, if you're in and out of position really quick, explain your trade, the thing that they flagged you for. Rule, I can't get them to bend the rules. Like the rules are the rules, right? So, but if it's something that he is like staring at his reflection in the mini fridge and kind of like bucking up to himself over there, like he's angry. Pickle over there. Yeah, you need to be in a trade like maybe 10-15 seconds, something like that. So like if you get in, then get out really quick. But you might be able to explain away a couple of them. Like if you get in and then like coincidentally a couple minutes later news comes out and you close your position, you might be able to maybe do something about that. All right, trading up in the open in session here. In between DD bands, nice and clean. I'm just kind of reorganizing everything. We'll use that later. I don't know where half gap's gonna be. We'll guess that somewhere probably in here. Gonna move that around, playing around. Light touch pressure, gamma exposure, DD band. Okay, perfect. And we S&P 5939. Okay, cool. I have a feeling Pickle's gonna be a handful today. I can already feel it. He's getting super restless. Guys, I'm going to hit that like button, friends. Welcome to the stream. We'll be doing, oh, by the way, we'll be doing like a, okay, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, don't forget, guys. Hit the like button. Be right back.
Hit the like button. Rocket scooter. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Rocket scooter. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Rocket scooter.
Did Top Step get hacked? Yeah.
Scooter. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hit the like button.
There's all kind of theories out there about what's going on, but yeah. I've heard some crazy accusations. I'm not going to share them, but people said a lot of stuff about it. How to enter the giveaway? Just be here every single day. We'll do a random drawing at some point between now and 11. You have to be here to get it, though. Just be in stream. Instructions will follow. Hit the like button, guys. Smack, smack, smash, smash, punch, punch. Hit. I'm not sure if MFF got hit, but they were taking precautions. A lot of people were taking precautions. Forcing two-factor and all that other stuff. Some people were saying it was an inside job. An insider stole the data. This is what people are claiming. I'm not saying that's real, but... So, the only reason I'm sharing that is not to talk about the firm, but to tell you guys, if it's insider, it's likely that the prop firms are safe. That there's not a vulnerability there that's exploiting everything and the other firms or whatever. In either case, it seems isolated to just one event with one firm, as far as I know. So, quick announcement, you guys. The fuss is that if you reset, you lose the no DLL offer. Yeah, that was told during the sale. It said does not apply for resets. It's a one and done, like when we told you guys and we're talking about. I was pretty clear about it, but if you missed that part and missed their announcement of it, sorry to hear that. But yeah, if you lose your account, DLL is only that one account. If you fail the account, it doesn't carry over. It's not like you get no DLL for the lifetime of you using the service. It was like those accounts that you bought. That's all you're like, load up on 6 or 12 and then trade them slowly. And at least one of them will go funded with no DLL. Like that was the point, right? We're telling everybody load up. But if you guys loaded up and went and busted them in the first day or two, you kind of blew the opportunity. The idea was to have one or two of them survive when market's great and just hold on to them forever until you got your A+ setup. Like mine, I haven't really been touching them. I haven't had A+ setup, you know. I'm still babysitting them. And since there's no monthly fee, it's perfect just to sit on it. But yeah. Wait, so Dave, on your end, are you entering and exiting or entering and adding more? That's a big deal. If you're entering and adding more within 5 to 10 seconds, then I'm going to yell at them about that, because that's not the purpose of the rule. The purpose of that rule for micro scalping is to prevent you from bid-ask scalping the delays in the data feed. There's like a hack you can do as a trader to exploit that the paper data feed slightly lags behind the real data feeds. And so data feed arbitrage is a big way to scheme the prop firms. So the micro scalping rule is to prevent you from trading bid-ask spread or bid-ask differences because it's tracking the real market. The example being, you know, if the market does like just oscillate around like this, the real data feeds are doing that. The paper data feed is going to be doing like this, okay? Slightly delayed. And so a lot of people are watching the real data feed when they make the ask price jumps up here. And the real data feed and the futures data hasn't done that as well. They'll place an ask order there and try to catch it and then scalp it back to here. A micro scalping rule is to prevent that. And it is a very, very lucrative way. Now, again, you won't get away with it because they're all too smart against it. But at the early dawn of prop firms, a very lucrative way to skim the system and to win. There's a lot of people that took advantage of that really quickly. And so micro scalping rule is to prevent that kind of stuff, not to prevent you from entering a trade within 15 seconds of each other. You're legitimately trading. How do you enter those giveaways for MFFU? They put a form in chat, Jesus. What? No, I'm not playing with you. No, I have work to do. You gonna sit up here? Come on. You gonna sit up here and be good? I got work to do though. You gotta be good. Morning, y'all. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Do I have any current options? No, my 20K went kaput, but that's okay. That's just insurance on the market. So no options now. I'm thinking about this week, depending on the outlook. Look at this dog. Look at him. Look at him. You okay there? You all right? You all right? You want everybody to see how handsome you are? Okay, you're gonna go outside. You won't be quiet. Go. Play. Bonitech, we're doing our current update right now is to update the ticker lists and all that, everything. Oh, that's the wrong button. Okay, guys. Don't ban Pickle. Nope, he's banned. Sorry, he had to go. Welcome. Hit the like button, you guys. Don't forget. Hit the like button. Today they are doing a My Fun of Futures is doing 25% off giveaway, 50% off, 50 if it's your first time with them. So, you know, as you know, we're big supporters of My Fun of Futures. I'm on their TV show. You know, that's a huge, you know, event, right? As of the weekend, you know, we've been hearing some retroactive rule changes over at Top One. Again, this is like rule change number 4, number 5. They did like a release that said after people were funded or about to go live, and they instead were like canceling their accounts. And they've since undone that. But it was weird. It's like, listen, I'm going to tell you guys something. This is not dogging on this prop firm because I'm trying to bandwagon. I was talking about this before it was cool. You have to be careful. You can just tell when a prop firm has bad risk management, their own assets and a bad risk team. And when you continuously are making like these retroactive rule changes on the fly, it means you don't understand the business, and that's risky. I'm going to tell you guys, I like to warn y'all ahead of time. You know, I understand a rule change every once in a while, a big one that applies to everybody and one that hits and applies to everybody going forward. That's fair. Hey guys, we recognize a flaw in our risk model. We're going to change this to make it easier for us and better for y'all. And we're going to change this going forward. All past accounts, you're okay because you got in before, but everyone going forward, it's okay. And then the world would love that and not accept that. Totally fine. But this is like rule number 4 of we're changing the rules. Even if you have an account, even if you're making money, we don't care. F you. And if you don't like it, get a refund. It's basically like that. So I'll tell you guys, I'm not campaigning on anyone's behalf. I would avoid Top One like the plague. I want to go near it. This is rule change number 4. It's risky for you. And what would happen is you'll probably be in a spot like Fast Track where they could go under and you lost months of hard work. So if you like the straight to fund it or whatever they have, Tradeify has never had a shenanigan once. I've been with them from the start. So you guys should be very careful out there. And it's our job to report to you. You know, like I said, they offer me an affiliate code and all that, and I told them to delete it. There's no, you know, I would have financial incentive otherwise to just tell you guys use the code. It's all right. But no, I'm telling you, I only work with the A+ people that won't do stuff like that. Pickle up. Bruh. All right. You can come in here, but you're going to be quiet. Okay? All right. You can't bark. You can't bark. Oh, God. Bark. I'm going to have to give you away. I'm going to have to give you... No. Oh, you can't go anywhere now. Oh, the door is shut. Oh, you're stuck. All right. You would be good, or I'm going to have to give you away. I have to call someone to come get you. Yeah, that didn't last more than 10 seconds. You behave. That's what happens when IDOC spoils him all day long. But yeah. But just be cautious out there with the idea of you make your own decisions as a trader. I'll tell you, if a rule change happens and it's like, sorry, you have to deal with it. Your months of hard work are just kind of like, you know, thrown in your face. And what happened was people had already made money, already gotten paid out, and they were like on a path to live according to them. And then they got interrupted and said, sorry, you need to go. We're canceling your accounts and we need to make you pass another eval. Like out of the blue, just to test you one more time. Like insane. All right. You'd have to be an absolute idiot to use the company at that point. And then we all screamed online about it. And then they came out with an announcement saying, oh, well, we didn't mean everybody. Sorry, you guys all misunderstood. Here's a misunderstanding out there. I love when companies do that. They blamed all of us. Oh, we misunderstood. Here, let me clarify. There was a misunderstanding out there. No, they didn't even take ownership of it. It wasn't like, yeah, because all the influencers were yelling and screaming because this was a horrible thing we did. We want to man up to it and say, you know what, we realized we made a mistake. It was like, no, you guys misunderstood. So, you know, like I'm saying, you can see a fucking burning building from a mile away. They're struggling. That's all it means. So don't let your money get blown up. Like I said, if you use Top One, Tradeify is the superior straight to funded product. If you guys are using them, I would switch to Tradeify. Just because, you know, it's our job to educate and help you guys figure something out. I have no incentive one way or the other to choose one firm or the other. Tradeify is not paying me. They're not paying me nothing. So this is my personal opinion. Well, not paying me a salary. I'm affiliate. I was affiliate in both places, but not anymore. Top one. Hey, have you seen? You don't copy the accounts. What are you seeing? You have different contract sizes. What do you think should work? Should as well? Does it work for you? Yeah, that's what I do. It depends on like the state of the market. If it's a nice, clean, easy market, I tend to hit more accounts than not at each pivot. If it's kind of a choppy, crazy market, I tend to split up. I never hit all 5 of my accounts at once unless it's like a bare zone top, perfect, beautiful, lovely settings, and I'll smack all of them at once. But normally I'm trading on average 2 to 3 of my accounts at the same time and just cycling around, find another opportunity, take it. And by the end of the day, I've happened to make a trade in all 5 groups. If you're doing Apex with like 20 accounts as an example, you can do, 5 groups of 4. I recommend try not to control more than 5 DOMs. It's a lot of multitasking. So you can copy trade, but in groups of 5. To have like 5 different opportunities is a good way to split it up. So Tradeify, I have 5 groups of 1. My Apex, I used to have 5 groups of 4. And I would just basically split them up that way. I mean, if you want to manage 20 different DOMs separately, that's totally, your prerogative, but I couldn't do it. 5 was like the most amount of multitasking I could do. Thinking of things burning, do you think what's going on in LA is going to affect the markets at all? Oh, no. Yeah, I was reading about that yesterday. People like setting cars, Waymo cars on fire or something like that. I don't use a trade copier, mindful. So what I do is I have my DOMs like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all next to each other. And then I just, click the buttons accordingly. That's how I do it. Enable 2-step. I don't want to do 2-step. I don't really care that much about my prop trading accounts. Enable 2-step. I don't need the extra hurdle, but I mean, you should. Don't listen to me, guys. You should if you don't want your shit stolen. But there's no sensitive information in my prop firm other than my name and address. You don't give them your social or anything. So, at least I don't think you do. Not on the website UI. Maybe in their. You see what the e-sign agreements? Oh, when you do your 1099s, but that would be. Oh shit, you're right. My social is in there. Maybe I should 2-factor. What's up? Good morning, guys. What's up, Ty? How do you get multiple DOMs like that? Top left of your platform, there's a plus. If you go to Tradeify at the top left, there's a plus sign. Okay. Tradeify desktop, click the plus sign. It allows you to open additional widgets. You guys never knew that? How to pop things out on the platform? In the web version, you can't. And each DOM is its own separate instance of the platform. So each one can be tied to a different account, which is the best way to do it with the desktop. In the web version, you can't do that. The entire browser window is what you pop the tabs into, and the entire browser window is the instance of the platform, and therefore the instance is locked to one account per trading. So if you pop out DOMs like this in the desktop, you can pop out as many as you want. You can change the account and assign a different account to each DOM. So that's good for the desktop. Top step or hacked very hard. Yep, it's true. Did I say Tradeivate? What did I say? Dude, they're so. It's like, okay, listen to this. Ready? My funded futures, funded desk futures next. Top step, take profit, Tradeivate, Tradeify, trading view. Imagine the tongue twister. It's like I'm like a fucking opera singer, like maybe my moo. I gotta like warm up my voice so I don't get tongue twisted. But all the words I have to say. It's so funny. I get them all crisscrossed. Funded next, futures desk, funded futures. We need like a nursery rhyme for elementary school to help us remember all the devices, like say it 5 times fast. And then there's Apex. Apex stands alone. No tongue twister there. I guess ETF also has no tongue twister. Tradeify, trading view. Tradeivate. Because half the people put the word trade in there. Trade or funded or futures, whatever. What? Oh, Jake, to answer your question, I don't. So speculatively on the market, I'm bullish. Market's going up to all-time highs. There's nothing stopping it. We've had bad news that hasn't stopped it. There's nothing ready to stop it except, changing the trade war. Trump and China start throwing curveballs and trade war stuff. Things start falling apart. The market will start to react pretty violently to that. That's all we're listening for. The only reason I would have puts is the same reason I had puts before, was just in case it fell apart. Small probability, put some insurance on the play as I'm continuing to long my futures accounts. If the market crashes on bad news you couldn't prevent, then I've got a payout in case I just take like a huge, 30, 40K haircut or whatever in my futures accounts while I'm trading. The options should kick in with a 100K payout on a big day where just imagine you're in a long, like it's all set up is good. Everything's looking great. I'm fully in with the big position. All of a sudden, like big news comes out, market just drops like a rock. That's what the puts are for. Hey, market's opening, bro. I'm going to kick you out if you don't behave. Now you stay here and you be good. Don't forget to smash that like button, friends. Everybody hit it real quick. Let's get up to 500. If we start getting 1,000 viewers consecutively, everybody here, I'm going to tell you guys this. I'm going to buy an additional straight to funded account every day to give away on top of the normal giveaways. That would be committing to 20 extra funded Tradeify accounts, giving away at least one a day. Sometimes we give away 2 a day because we have some free ones to give away too. So if we get to 1,000 viewers every day, I will literally buy, that's committing $3,000 a month to give to y'all. Okay. So make sure you leave the stream on, tell all your friends about it. Leave the stream on. If you can't watch it, just leave it on, get the numbers up. We've been growing so fast. All right, we are moving higher on the open. We are a gap up with that negative res, so be careful. This isn't along at the open unless res starts to kind of like solidify here. Let me mark this up. Okay, here's the open here. Negative res, pull back down to half gap. Let's watch S&P really quick as well. Let it pull back a tiny bit before I decide what I want to do. I'd love to get those A+ setups down here. I would. Let's see. We have cool. We have bull zone bottom, bear zone. So we're gonna wait for our guys. Easy. This is easy day. With positive res, one can long off the open there for a small, tiny trade. The 10-point setup. Let's see if I can't put something there. S&P just one. Now again, I don't know if this is a great trade. I'm touching it in just one. This is a trade open to close gap fill, and I'm longing right at the gap fill just because res is positive to go right back up to the open. So open, gap fill, open is where I'm going. I'm only touching this in one account with one contract. The A+ setup is way down here, so if we get a big crash day, I'll be excited about it. It's a $500 risk just on this one, but if we fall through this, there is nothing below here, which is good. It should hold, so we should be fine on this. Stop, pickle. We're gonna stop. Pickle, you behave, bro. Nasdaq is open relatively flat. Okay. That's true on Nasdaq. How different is that? Oh, that's like practically nothing. Wait a minute. This is really small. Like, what is this one? It's like 4 points of difference here. Oh, shoot. I'm on S&P. No wonder. I was wondering what I was doing there. Nasdaq is practically like flat like this. Bruh. You need to be good. Okay, so the A+ setup is very simple. It's either along from here, we're going to fall to lower. This is 160 points on Nasdaq, roughly 40 points S&P. It's either along at the open or it's nothing. Hey, quiet. Okay, so I'm investing in a long from here just to do so. With positive res, looks pretty good at the open side. There's nothing. This is like such a clean day. Either it rallies from here to DD band or it falls nowhere. I mean, there's really no reason for this market to move today. So I'm gonna approach the long side with the small position. Okay, let's look at week's calendar. 1-year consumer expectations from the New York Fed. That's a small news event though. Not a big deal. Tuesday's clean. CPI Wednesday. PPI on Thursday. Michigan Friday. So yeah, heavy news week starting on Friday though. Certainly. Okay, so the question is, do we get half gap support? Res greater than 0, looking solid, looking solid. Market's opening flat with nothing in the middle, so take your poison. If we do lose from here and the market does sell off, it's a clean A+ setup below. So I'd love to lose $1,000 or something on this on a quickie crash, because there is only one pivot nearby. There's nothing confusing about today. Is as straightforward as it gets. And if we lose this right out the door and we have a little bit of selling pressure, I'm 150% absolutely okay with that. I've got A+ setup from here. I've got A+ setup from here. So they both look good. Both look good. As a matter of fact, I'd love to get those setups. I'll hit all those accounts pretty hard. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit, make this easier to see. All right, let's draw it up here. A+ from here to here, A+ from here back to there. Everything's decent. Pickle. Pickle. Hey. Quiet. Ransom, you might not be logged into the platform. I mean, double check that. If it's not updating for you, make sure you're logged in. Just always refresh your platform. We reset your token, everything resets over the weekend. I mean, that's just common sense, dude. If it's not working, just refresh, right? Make sure you're logged in. You might have logged out, or you might have been timed out or something. If you're seeing Friday's numbers and it's Monday, just make sure you do that. It should work from there. Greetings from Indonesia. What's up, man? Like your day trading strategies with the 15-minute rule, breakout retest. Do you have any tips for beginners to avoid FOMO? So you basically wait for your setups. Let the market move and don't even respond to the micro change in the market. If a big green candle comes out of nowhere and just happens to move, it doesn't mean that you're missing out on anything. Just, you have to convince yourself that you don't need money while you're trading. That's really what it is. And that everything you make is just trying to win a game. What are you licking my chair? Are you licking my chair? Bro, are you licking my... Why are you licking this chair? The whole thing is wet. What are you doing? I swear to God, this dog is going to be the end of me. I heard a sound like sandpaper, like... I'm looking over here. He just licking the chair. He might have to go to the bathroom, probably. What futures brokers do you recommend? I mean, I use AMP. They're good. They're super cheap. Yeah, we moved the watch list over here. It's right here. Again, it's right here. Yeah. Yeah, it's really good margins. And they have a low minimum deposit needed, so. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button, friends. Smash it pretty good. My Fun and Futures is having a big sale today, so 50% off if it's your first time. And then 25% off all other days. We only usually get 5 with them, so pretty big sale. All right, resilience is sort of deteriorating, but still okay. I don't know if my one contract is going to give me any love today, so I'm going to chill. I hope I lose $500 and hit A+ setup down below. This should be half gap support. This should be bull zone bottom down here. So roughly 26 points lower. So 86 is your A plus. If we get it. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Back all. What? No, not playing today. If you say something's not populating this morning, guys, don't. Okay, this comes with any software you ever use. Just always close down your shit before the weekend and open it back up fresh on Monday. Most software, you know, you can't just leave it open all the time, especially web-based software. On the weekends, we expire your token, so you're actually logged out if it's not updating. And that's so we can update the platform. So we push updates live over the weekend, and we force everyone to disconnect. That way you have to reconnect to get it. So make sure as a habit, always wake up over the weekend and like load everything you have from scratch. Don't like leave stuff open from Friday going forward. No, don't refresh. Okay, close your platform and open it back up. Don't just refresh. You need to log back out and log back in. Because it's a token expiration. You're not authenticated to receive new data. So make sure that you refresh it by logging out, logging in, and establish a new login session. No ice today. You guys hated that. Okay, so we'll see if this one contract I grabbed gives me anything for today. I'm looking at SPY and QQQ. S&P's at lower. They said A plus setups down in here. That's basically it. We either get a big sell from here or a rally from. What? I'll be like the dad with the baby Bjorn, like sitting here, like rocking my kid while I'm trading. Usually restart your PC every morning. That's helpful. Back up. Hey, no. Let's see if my one S&P contract prints today. Resilience is good. We did take a dip on outside of NASDAQ, but S&P did go through the box. It's sitting still with a positive half gaps, positive resilience. So half gap support, SPY, res, greater than 0. So it should be good for a bounce here. Big ol' bruh. Big up. NASDAQ looking clean on the move, back to box, looking solid here. You bought extra evals on Friday. I now have 5 accounts, first managing multiple accounts. Listen to him. He likes to sing. You're getting 5% discount with close at 50K starter. I don't understand what you mean with close. What? 5% discount with close. What does that mean? What do you mean with close? 5% discount with start at 50K starter. I don't know. I saw the announcement. If my code's not working, then let me know. I'll tell them. Hold on. All right, time for you to go. We'll have to get you out of here. Our coach should be working. All right. You know what? What I'm going to do is I have no reason to hang on to this one. I'm going to close it and wait. It could rally from here, gap fill, but as Nasdaq has already filled its gap too, I'm just going to chill on this one. I don't think there's any momentum from here. Resilience is not bad. There's no reason to not be in a long, but I would rather just risk missing it and not missing an A+ setup with a better push. Let's see what this does. Let me check VIX. VIX is still above triple B, right? So we should have possibility for volatility. He'd be concerned about the ghost pickles fair. Like, what's he barking at in the corner over there? Oh yeah. Tung Tung Sahara has a great strategy. I love it. Oh. Okay, I'm talking to them right now and seeing what they say about the code. He's writing me back. Let me double check there. Make sure it doesn't have any extra thing. Did I make a mistake? Oh, okay. It doesn't work for starter. My bad. Okay, that's what they said. Oh. Okay, yeah, they confirmed. It's not for starter. It's for all the other accounts. But, dude, I'm not going to lie. The starter sucks. Get the starter plus. Or go to all the other ones. Starters, I mean, I'm not saying that they suck, but starter sucks. Every other account there is stellar. Starter is like entry level. Pay a little bit more to get something infinitely better. I promise you'll be better off. You have consistency roll with funded and starter. You've got like micro scaling roll. You can't do it. There's a daily loss limit. So daily loss limit plus a consistency roll. It just is like, they have so many better options there in my funded. Yeah. Use starter plus. It's like slightly more. I'm talking like slightly. 50K is 97 a month. The starter plus is 127 a month for like the same thing, an extra $30. So with the sale, you get 25% off of that. And there's no daily loss limit for like an extra $15 or whatever, I don't know, $20, whatever it is. Or no daily loss limit. I would pay an extra $100. I would pay double the price to get rid of daily loss limit. The fact that it's $30 more. I'm telling you guys, for the love of God, don't ever, ever, ever buy a My Fund and Future starter account. Never, never get Starter Plus. There's no reason to be a fucking cheapskate and give yourself an infinitely harder rule to save $30 fucking dollars. You guys be better risk managers than that. All of y'all, think ahead. Daily loss limit is such a huge no scaling. It's anti-scaling limit. You can't scale faster than your daily loss limit, whatever it is, right? So the major difference, let me show you guys the difference. The scaling is you can only basically scale as hard as your daily loss limit is. And what that means is if your daily loss limit's $1,000, you really on a one-to-one trade are only making 1,000 to lose 1,000. I mean, that's the limit of how fast you grow as well. DLL, daily loss limit, is basically your growth rate. The bigger the daily loss limit, the faster you can grow per day, right? The bigger your payouts are going to be. Like I said, I closed the trade out early, but I didn't, like I said, there's no reason for me to have done that. I'd like to wait to see if I get a better setup, but the market might just inch up from here and rally. So we'll see. Here's the difference between all of them, okay? And I'll tell you why you never want to do starter. Not that it's a bad product. It's just Starter Plus is slightly more and infinitely better. There's no reason to save $30. And actually with the 25% discount, it's $23 difference. Okay, so here the rules are pretty simple. You have a these are the big ones. Consistency rule for eval and funded, okay? We'll start at the top to make it easy. Expert, it's the most expensive one. No consistency rule on eval or funded, and no daily loss limit. That's the reason Expert is awesome. Starter Plus, half as much, but there's consistency rule on the eval side. It makes it hard to pass to go funded for half the price. So you're going to basically pay a little bit like almost close to double the price to have no eval, which means in the Expert, you can basically pass them in a single day. Literally Apex style. Expert, just pass it in one day. Done. With consistency rule, you can't do that, okay? 50% consistency means it takes you roughly 2 or 3 days to get there. Okay. So Starter Plus throws a consistency rule on it, and Starter throws a DLL on top of it. Okay. And pretty much those are the major similarities, other than the scaling rule and micro scaling rule and all that. The Expert doesn't have any rule limits against those kind of things. Starter Plus does, and Starter does as well. The main difference is this has all the rules. This gets rid of DLL and consistency when funded. This gets rid of all of them. This has all of them present. So what most people will do is the Expert, and if you not do the Starter Plus, because there's really not big of a difference between these two, other than the consistency rule in eval stage, and that's just the difference of taking 1 day to pass versus 3 days to pass. The extra $100, and that's up to you. That's really what it boils down to. Am I going to appear on Tradeify TV? I was offered the morning hosting job for that show. I turned it down because I couldn't do it because of this, and because their rules wouldn't let me do this and that. So part of their rules is to be a host, you can't have your own brand with them, you know, like that you're promoting at the same time, which makes sense. I mean, you're an employee of the company kind of thing. You need to promote them all the time. And so I couldn't do it. Yeah, I was actually offered the morning show host, like to be the lead host there. But I couldn't do it. But I'm a big supporter of Tradeify though. They're one of my favorites, and I would have done it if I could do it. If I could have done it, I would have done it. And My Fund and Futures as well. So that one was one that matched my time frame, and I can actually do it. They're like my two favorite companies. So can I talk about Tradeify platform? Do I trust them? Yeah, they've never really had a single like outrageous, crazy, you know, customer calling shenanigans. Tradeify is dirt, like no dirt. Wait, Brian Stonk got what job? He's not doing the morning show. He's just a guest. He's not doing like the morning show full time. Is it? Brian's not, unless something happened over the last week. Yeah, their show's really good. But when Brett approached me with it, he's like, you know, I know you're not going to be able to do this. I said, he probably knows it's probably not a good fit for you, but here's the offer if you want it. And I was like, yeah, you know, I can't do it. He's like, yeah, I know. I just figured I'd let you know in case you wanted it. So that was the conversation for the most part. He's like, and I'll, you know, I'll even sweeten the deal if you want it. You know, we'd love to have you, of course. You know, I would, but I know you can't. So, but here it is. So it's basically this conversation. I was like, yeah, I was like, I'm very, you know, it means a lot that you considered me, and yeah, because the idea is like I'd have to be doing it right now, so I'd have to basically give up this, and none of us really can do it. So that's why when you guys ask like why these, here's another thing. When you ask why do a lot of these shows have these hosts that are like, you know, why is Top Step have like a crew of people you never heard of? Why is Stratify have a crew of people you never heard of? Why you always would say like, why are there no good traders on these shows or terrible traders are on the shows or whatever you guys would say? But the biggest complaint is like, why don't I know any of these guests? Well, because all the bigger traders or whatever that you do know can't abandon their gig to go, you know, work for someone else. So that's kind of why you look at the shows out there and say, oh, I've never heard of these people. And you're always like, I wonder why they don't put like Pat, or why they don't put Matt, or why don't put Rips hosting one of these shows, because none of us will do it. Like, you know, that's the thing. No, it's not that they can't pay them enough. They just, well, yeah, it's probably they can't pay them enough. But even if they could, I mean, you know, all these people build multi-million-dollar brands out of themselves. You know, I don't know whatever. I'm not going to disclose what the salary is, but a very substantial six-figure salary is small pennies compared to most of the influencers' revenue hauls. Nobody will be able to like, you know, give away their huge empire just to run a show for someone else. So that's partially the reason you guys don't see anybody you know hosting the shows. Trust me, everyone gets the same offer for the most part of, yeah, we'd love to have you, but we know you can't do it, you know. There's way too much money in streaming. Oh, yeah, no, it is. It's for many, it's $1 million a month business. So, you know, there's no salary that would convince anybody to switch from it. For whatever combination, like a guru or something will have a Discord or streaming affiliate codes or whatever. Some of them make $1 million a month. Almost all of them make 6 figures a month for sure. The bigger ones. So nobody's going to pay you that to do a TV show. Interesting inside baseball. So our pivot under Headstress 956, 596. But yeah, Tradeify show is really good. This is Bear Zone Top. And my funded show is pretty good. I like the dynamic of both. They have really good correspondence on both shows. They sound real chatty. They both sound really entertaining. It's like, it's fun to watch, you know. But it's also rare to find somebody that's like an amazing trader that is available, that's really good, and also camera ready. Like they look good, they sound good, they know how to run a show. And then they also aren't available. The catch-22 is the person that you want to do that, is practice at running a show, practice at streaming, is already doing that. So you're not going to really find like a superstar talent that's just like, you know, the perfect trader and the perfect host that just is somehow magically available and we've never heard of him before, you know? So it's really hard to fill those roles. So I'm just speaking on this general chatter, like why you watch Top Step, it looks like they have a bunch of newbies on their show because there's a bunch of newbies on their show. You know what I mean? So that's why. Hey, they're not going to find that many big people that are available. Liquidity map? Yeah, what do you want to see? Simon, which one? Okay, you saw enough of it. You can rewind the stream. Okay, so I'm waiting to see. There's not a lot of pivoting action from here. The open is always a support pivot from open to close. It's a flat day. I'm gonna kind of chill on this one and see if I can get a better A+. I'd love to see the bull zone bottom tap. Res is good. We shouldn't sell off. If anything, we should rally from here. But you met bull bear, please. Simon, I don't understand what you're asking. Strongest setups, this one right here. Can't you open it from your own platform? Just click it. Should work. Or go to the Discord and get these. Yep, slow day, no news, no reason for anything. Apple big event today, 1000 PST. Oh, 10 PST. Okay. So right about noon. If we were in bull zone or bear zone, that gray map. Okay, what's your question, Simon? I already showed it to you, so rewind the stream to go look at it. I can't just have it on the screen the whole time. Here, I'll show it one more time. Pause the stream right now. We count to 10. Pause the stream. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause the stream. Go look at what you need. And come back. Okay, question is, should I long from here? That was even 10 seconds. Yeah, I can't cover the screen up, guys. You guys go click it yourself in your platform. You know, you know that screen. Take screenshots, whatever you need. Yeah. Better go desktop. Yeah, for DOM management, you can't do DOM management in the web version, Eric, because the web version doesn't let you pop out tabs. Basically, every DOM you add inside the web version is all locked to the same account, so multiple DOM trick doesn't work in the web version. If you're unlucky enough to have glasses, then it's double the trouble. That's funny. You're the only one who can program the VCR. I think that's like most of us in the stream. This is a long entry point right here. The question is, I'm not sure if I want to take it. It's just to fill the gap. Roughly 7 points on S&P. There's not a lot of movement here. Nice, flat, easy market. What I'd love to see is this market just sell off or whatever. Grab some A+ setups at the bottom. There is no evidence things are selling. Let's look at monthly map really quick. Yep. But yeah, so if you guys are considering using the 25% off code for my funded futures, I'm going to tell you, I will stand behind the expert as being the currently right now the best account to buy in the prop firm world altogether. There's no better account, excluding the direct to funded accounts. There's a whole different class. You can't compare like apples to apples there. But in the non-direct to funded expert end of the day account with my funded futures is the best one. It's Tradeify without it. It's top step without a consistency rule. So can't beat it. Best straight to funded, Tradeify and Elite Share Funding. Elite Share Funding's newer to the DTF scene, but their program is very competitive. And it's when they have a good sale, it beats Tradeify. When they don't, Tradeify is slightly cheaper. But ETF has better payouts on their 50K only. The 25K, I wouldn't do it. Tradeify beats them in the 25K or like the lower end payments. Because ETF, you get payment increases each time you get a payout, you get bigger. Tradeify's is bigger from the start, but ETF's 50K is bigger from the start as well. So you get 5,000 every 15 days versus 3,000 every 10 days. So they're roughly similar. ETF is a longer schedule, but a bigger payout. But sometimes when they have a good sale, you come in much cheaper. But Tradeify is the more established one, been around for a lot longer. And that's where both people are like, okay, which one? But those are the two that I recommend for whatever reason you like both of them. Is direct to funded worth the money? That's all I trade, Fred. If that's available, that's all I'll touch. You know me, I've got money to spend and I'm going to spend it on skipping rules. To me, the extra cost to skip or to bypass a rule is worth it. If I can get rid of consistency rule, I'll pay for it. If I can get rid of daily loss limit, I'll pay for it. If I can get rid of the whole eval side to begin with, I'll pay for it. Yeah, Tradeify, I've certainly made all my money back and then some with Tradeify straight to funded, just because it's a very decent path to getting funded. Now again, what does that mean for you as a trader? With most prop firms, straight to funded just skips you these days, 3 days of trading, right? But it's a big deal. It could be a whole week of your life, especially if you blow up your eval and have to start over. You're just wasting days or weeks just to get to funded. I mean, you're buying time back, which is the most valuable commodity you have is time, right? I would put a value on every day that you don't have to trade. For instance, if something costs $100 for 5 days and something costs $150 for 4 days to pass, you might say, let me take the cheaper one. I personally would pay an extra $100 a month to save a whole day of trading. I'd probably pay $2. Every day in the market is a blow up and start over, especially on the eval side. So I consider it like that. The quicker you can get to funded, the infinity amount of price you would pay. For Tradeify's, I pay what is it, $450 or something for my 150K straight to funded accounts to go straight to funded. That's nothing. And if I was trying to be cheaper and I wanted to pay, $200 to pass an eval, then go funded just to save money, that might end up costing you more if you blow up the evals a lot. These prop firms, the scalability of value is insane. How much you get for how little extra you pay. The value scalability in my funded futures is insane. That's why I tell people don't even touch the starter. The starter is just I don't know. I don't even know why it exists, but I love my funded futures. Never buy a starter. Just pay the extra $30 to get rid of the daily loss limit. This rule is huge. Limited how you lose $1,200, you're done for the day. What? Here, unlimited daily loss limit. You go down to your trailing drawdown max. This is your scalability, 2,000 a day, as opposed to 1,200 a day. So if you go funded, you're not going to make any money that quick because you're basically limited by your daily loss limit. Because that's what your R&R is, right? If you go for 1.5 to 1 trades at a $1,200 loss limit, then you're going to make 1,800 to lose 12. You lose 12, you're done. So you're scaling up 1,800 a day if that's your strategy. If you're 1-to-1, you're making 1,200 a day. With the uncapped, you're making 2,000 a day. And only on the first day, and then you get your buffer, and then you're pretty much golden from there. So for me, daily loss limit is an insane value gain for playing 30 extra bucks, right? So the idea is in the prop world, I'll tell you guys what the value is. Number one is time and market. If you can avoid extra days in the market, pay for it. If something's 8 days to pass versus 10 days to pass, get it. If it's only slightly more expensive, get it. Even if it's $100 extra a day, get it. It's just so that you're going to blow up these accounts a lot. Faster path to payout is the value. Second thing is daily loss limits. Get rid of those. It affects your scalability. Trailing drawdown. Don't ever do those. Like the Apex accounts. Don't do those. You're just basically spinning your wheels, and you have to rely on a lot of luck with daily loss limit when you're trading. That's trailing. It's a luck based one. You're not really going to have a good strategy to beat trailing drawdown if volatility comes out of nowhere because of a Trump tweet. You've wasted a month of work. You busted all your accounts. So as much as it is, I know people here, especially Ty here, has gotten some big payouts with Apex. You got to rely. You have to spend a lot of money, and you need a lot of luck to be on your side. Not to mention skill. It's harder. It's a lot harder, but it's also cheaper. But for you guys that are just trying to you don't have all day to sit here and be a day trader. You're trying to take it seriously. Don't play the gimmick accounts. Don't play the Apex. Don't, get a good sturdy account with a solid payout. Don't get your eyes glossed over by the $1 million Apex wins. Go out there and pay yourself 20 grand a month with Tradeify, which is the rate I'm paying myself. Not a bad haul as a trader to have an easy way to get there. If MFFU is starting to start a DTF, no. As far as I know, no. even on the inside chatter of like things to come. No. So I've never heard it mentioned yet. I don't know if it's their business strategy to do that. If I had 3 funded accounts, I would advise to trade them. What do you... your first trade, like always make your first trade like an A+ setup. I know everybody's eager once they go funded to jump in and start trading, but like right now, an example, the market can rally from here. There's no sign that says it shouldn't. As a matter of fact, all signs say it's probably going to go up. Most of the time, we will fill the gap this way when resilience is greater than 0. Okay, that is maybe a B setup. It's not our highest probability setup, but all these lines are greater than 0, so market's likely to rally from here. There's no reason why it shouldn't. And the question is, could I take that setup, or should I take like a more, you know, moderate setup, or an A+ setup, like one that's more safer, one with a higher win rate? And so your first trade on a funded account should always be your good trade. Maybe miss out on that trickle up or whatever to wait for that perfect setup if you get it, just to build some buffer and some confidence in that first account when it goes live. What is Tradeify activation fee? I don't think there is one. Let me double check though. Which one are you doing? Oh, I'm sorry. And is maybe in growth there, right? Or the advanced there might be one. Hold on. Yeah, there is one in advanced. Advanced is 125 and growth there isn't one. That's right. Tradeify was trailing. Tradeify has 3 different options. Tradeify has, again, let me advise you guys. Tradeify has 3 different plans. They have an advanced, a growth, and straight to funded. Don't touch the advanced. The advanced, again, is like my funded future starter. They're like, they all have a competing product with Apex. They're basically like entry level, get you started on the cheap side of trading. If you are serious as a trader, do not touch the starter at my funded. Don't touch the advanced at Tradeify. Don't waste your time and money. Get the good stuff. It's like these guys are handing out like cookie crumbs and then a cookie and then a fucking hot fudge sundae with cookies on top of it. Get the good stuff. Don't eat the crumbs. This is cheap for newbies. Okay, don't get the cheap one. Activation fee, trailing drawdown, intraday, no, don't touch it. Growth, yes, growth is good. Growth is very similar to my funded futures end of the day expert, same class of trading. And this is the 35% drawdown, or sorry, 35% consistency rule. My funded has 0. So my funded expert beats growth in every way possible. And also straight to funded is where Tradeify's gem is. This is the reason to use Tradeify. This is a gold mine right here. This is my favorite accounts. If you want to do their end of the day drawdown, I would say go with my funded futures expert instead of Tradeify's growth. For no consistency rule instead of 35. That's the difference. Just my opinion though. Not saying either one of them's bad. That's just their models. Focus on which account you like and choose the company that you like. Direct to funded, Tradeify, ETF. You want end of the day drawdown accounts with no consistency. My funded futures better in top step. They have consistency. It's 50% on the eval side. And if you want static, ETF is the gold mine static. So it's really trailing is trailing is no. Don't do trailing drawdown. That's for newbies. As for newbies that don't want to spend money, it's trailing drawdown is the original scam. It's just so many ways you can fail that account. It's infinitely harder. I wouldn't deal with it. Yeah, trailing's no good. Yeah, T3, what's up, Tom? Yeah, I was saying the same thing. Like trailing drawdown is such a scam. It's literally just designed to just take your money. Because what's the problem with trailing drawdown is that obviously the market's flat and then volatility happens. Okay, you've busted the account. The market's trading up and then you long and then it dips a certain distance and then you could have won while you're down. You make a whole lot of money on a big run and you don't close it out in time, you're down. There's so many scenarios where trailing drawdown screws you even when you're winning. And that's kind of the problem with it. You know, the Apex model, they usually bait you with like uncapped payouts or get a big payout or whatever. But in all honesty, you got to be lucky to be just trading in between those moments. You know, Trump tweets something or whatever, to not lose a month of work. Yeah, this is like, that's how they fund the winners from their real accounts to pay out. I wouldn't touch trailing drawdown if you paid me. I wouldn't even waste my time with it because I know it's a luck-based win. You have to be lucky to avoid. You can't trade in volatility at all. Volatile days and months, you have to sit out. You really gotta babysit those accounts a lot harder just to save a little bit of money. Yeah, trailing drawdown's terrible. Top Step is the gold standard. Well, my fund of future is better than Top Step. Similar account, end of the day drawdown, but no consistency rule. So I would say Top Step is the silver standard, but they're both great. Yeah, TPT has live trailing drawdown. Once you go funded, it sucks. Yeah, and that's why TPT, they bait you with daily payouts, but then you're also trailing when you get funded. Tom said that was your downfall. You were okay stopping out of break even, swing for big trades, but unrealized trailing would get you every time. Yep. It's like you can't even really have a good trading strategy when you're doing trailing drawdown because it's hard to plan around it. You essentially just have to say, well, I made $1,000. Let me cut it out before it dips. You just kind of like waiting for the move, and as soon as the move takes off, you're cutting out because you want to be out of the trade. And it's like you wouldn't normally trade like that. You know, you might get lucky to get your full reward for your full risk, but nothing really just goes to your profit target without chopping around usually. So if I was like, okay, I want to get this move from open to upper D. Okay, so this is like a 200 point move in NASDAQ. Perfect. Well, I need it to go there without dipping 40 points along the way, because if it does, then I bust the account. So you actually have to bet on not just getting a profit target, but it getting there with a certain amount of smoothness. And it's so hard to manage because you can't predict it. So the bigger the run you have, the higher probability you're gonna have trailing drawdown. So hit you. So the idea is that you can only really take small base hit trades, and you have to get out as soon as you get the money. So you're not really like trading how you normally would. So essentially trailing drawdown, people think that it stops you early, but the real downside is it limits how big of a trade you can make to begin with, because the further the run, the higher probability you might get some chop along the way and bust. So you kind of have to take small base hits. You can't really get big home runs unless you're just playing luck. Everybody only likes them, dude, because of the daily payouts. That's what's made them popular. Well, they're an Apex killer. I mean, TBT is like the new Apex killer. Everybody uses them instead of Apex now, but it's still got trailing drawdown just the same. Funded X is a 40% consistency rule, yeah. But I'll say, you guys, I would avoid using Funded Next for now until they change their onboarding, because I don't want you guys to get caught in limbo. Everyone's finally getting worked through, but that sale just put this huge like hurdle kind of like on their tech support. So I would give them like a week before I try doing anything with them. A lot of us got I have all our funded accounts and stuff. I'm still waiting on one of my funded accounts. You know, it's been like 2 days. You have no time limit to pass the eval fund next, but you need to trade once a week to keep the account open. TBT is one of the best, Nathan, for exactly the way you said it. That is the reason. Daily payouts people like. I mean, that's really the bait. It's just harder to get the payout. You're gonna bust more, but get daily payouts, yeah. Take profit. I mean, that's why they're on the stream. They are one of the best for sure. It's my personal flavor. I don't like trailing drawdown because my style of trading doesn't really fit it really well. You know me, I like to long and cost basis average and stuff. I can't really do that with trailing drawdown, but it's not bad if you know your trading style works inside of it. It's not like it's terrible. It's just, you know, with better options, I don't do it for my style. Tops FX is good. Yeah. My Funded is making their own platform, by the way. So there's going to be a whole separate camp of, I don't know if it's going to be licensed out to other platforms, but they have their own platform, My Funded, that they're just about to release sometime. It's Eid Holiday. Yeah, that's it. At Funded Next is, so what's happening is they had a big freaking sale at Funded Next, like the biggest sale they've ever had. And then they had this huge, overwhelming influx of customers. And then it's like, it's Eid. So like, they're all in Dubai. So they all are on vacation. So what a terrible plan to host a huge sale for like one of your biggest holidays of the year, you know? So that's why they're behind. So it's Islamic holiday. I don't know exactly what it's celebrating, but it has to do with Ramadan. I used to know this. I had a lot of friends that celebrated it in college. So Islamic people in chat might be able to answer. I know very little. Teach us like the significance of the holiday. There was but it's not Ramadan though. That's earlier in the year, isn't it? There's like a couple of them. This is like they get together with their families. They have like huge feast. That's what he was telling me. He's like, yeah, we're, you know, all our families together. We're gonna be out of touch for a couple days. Al Adha usually is 3 days. Abraham's sacrifice, which is also in the Bible. Oh, cool. Okay. God took flesh and paid the price we deserve to pay. Ah, okay. So in a sense, in the Christian world, it's very similar to, I guess, the Easter holiday in a way. Well, somewhat similar. And Easter in Christianity, for those of you that are not Muslim, is where you're celebrating a similar thing, you know, God paid the price in flesh sort of thing through Jesus, which would have been like the resurrection, which would be Easter. So it's a similar kind of, I guess, similar celebration. Very cool. Very cool. Wait, who removed all the rules? ETF? Oh yeah, the ETF is doing like sweeping changes. So I'll let you guys know something cool about that. You guys had a big hand in this. All of us did. We all had, you know, I've been sitting down with the owners of ETF for the last month and consulting them with ideas you guys gave me, and they made sweeping changes to their program. So I would give them a second look if you guys hadn't looked at them before. They're really trying to be super competitive and like good sales, good deals, but like they're getting rid of all these rules that they had and like to make it as easy as you want it to be. First time attending, you're learning a lot, navigating this futures platform. What's up, Carlo? Welcome, man. Let's take a trade for retest. Yeah, I mean, I these flat days, I usually just kind of wait. I mean, I did take that one little trade there, but I kind of want to wait to see if like I get something good. Like, I don't like this kind of setup because you just kind of basically just pop along and then hope it goes up. I usually always wait for my little A+ setups before I do much on flat days. Like we opened flat from yesterday. I did initially take that long and just kind of got fed up with it because I don't want to wait all day for it. I would have traded to gap fill and close out anyways. There's no evidence market's selling off and the monthly map is clean, so we're nice and bullish for the. 'Cause, 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 you know, probably like possible move up. Yeah, but I assume the guys at Fund Next should be back by today. I think it was just a weekend holiday. Where they just should have been probably a day ahead. I think it's a day ahead now, so it's gonna be, they should be back by today. I think the whole company is gone for the most part. This is futures ticker on the left side. If you see my watch list right here, f.us.epm25. This is S&P June 25 contract. You're here for the free banana bread. The banana bread is pretty cool. It makes you see things. The wall starts to wobble. I think it was made with magic mushrooms. What about wait, what do you guys do? What y'all talking about? DMing each other on Discord? What's going on? What are you guys cooking up over there on Discord? I think they're all from there. The company's based there. Have you ever seen the back of a $50 bill on weed? Ideally, this would have been the setup, the only setup really we're taking. There is no pivoting. There's nothing. There's literally nothing in between here other than if you just think it's going to rally straight up. What I like to see is I like to see the market hit my A pluses. And again, it has to fall straight down. So it's really hard to find a good trading setup in here. What I think is going to be good is if we do pull back to half gap one more time inside of here, with resilience being slightly better, it might be worth grabbing a second long on any red dip that I get, probably. I hear the scrolling. Oh no, I have a Razor Naga hyperspeed. You can hear that? Oh, Razor's the best. I love it. You can flip the button and then the wheel just scrolls like really like super fast. You turn the button on, it scrolls. I thought I had my noise gate on. You guys can't hear that? Nice. Why is my noise gate not kicking on? Hold on. And then I buy, so I buy these really good mouse feet for it, and I put double on there. So I get rid of the stock ones, and I put this, it's like super high glossy Teflon on it. Let me show you guys what I order. And I order these feet glides. Let's see, you got it right here. Feet glides. This one right here. And it comes like in a pack of 3, and I put 2 layers on it to elevate the mouse a little bit. And then I have a tempered glass mouse pad. So glass. And the mouse just goes wee. I'm like so particular when I used to game on this computer. I don't like my mouse catching at all. I need like a slick surface so I can do like precision headshots. That's how I've always been. I like a smooth mouse pad, but yeah. Mouse lube, baby. So listen, you guys in chat, don't. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you guys. Y'all getting DMs with each other or whatever from just be, look, go inside of our YouTube channel. Not everybody is going to be a member of our Discord. Just y'all be careful. Like, don't accept friend requests from scammers or anything like that. So be careful when you're messaging on Discord. There's a lot of people out there that have fake versions of us and fake versions of other people. So don't accept invites from strangers on Discord for your own good. We can't police it. So if it's not associated with Rocket Scooter, then, you know, it's out of our ability to police it. There's like a million fake mats out there. You would do that, but your sensor wouldn't pick up your movement sometimes. They promise you free candy. Well, clearly you should go. So I have the wall hack mouse pad. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. Hold on, let me show you. This is by far, it's designed in a way. Hold on. It's like a huge piece of, like, you can even see it when I hold it like this. Do you see how, like, it looks like a car paint job? You know, it's kind of like speckly in a way. So underneath the glass, it's like, it's got enough surface underneath it to never miss anything. Like the mouse doesn't glitch at all. I used to have some hard surface pads that that the design. You received a friend request from me? Well, obviously if there's free candy, you should take it. I used to have was it a Corsair version of it? It was a hard plastic mouse pad, but it also had some weird spots on it that the optical mouse, like, the pattern must have repeated a little bit, because I could move my mouse across it and the pointer would, like, stutter every once in a while, like the algorithm inside of the mouse is having a hard time distinguishing the pattern underneath it. Like, I couldn't tell which direction it was moving. So I'm going to tell you, with the wall hack, I had the SP04 004. It's glass, so it's really slidey, but I have never had a sticky mouse point at all. Like, the mouse moves it everywhere without me sending, wait, late night text and underwear pics? No, that was me. That's always me. Although, speaking of underwear, I was, like, in here this morning, and I don't know how it came in my office, but I think Pickle must have dragged a pair of boxers from the dirty clothes, or briefs in the dirty boxer briefs in the dirty clothes. He's, like, sitting here just, like, chewing on my drawers, and I'm just like, what the heck's he doing? News. I wouldn't consider this any important news. I didn't hear my sirens go off, so nothing yet. Yeah. Tensions might be cooling. Well, it's earlier today, though. No, I didn't hear anything. So I understand that, like, some terrorists or whatever set some Waymo cars on fire. But apart from that, is there something bigger I'm missing? Or was it just like a handful of cars were burning? It's just like, because I haven't been paying attention to the news. I had a chance to catch up. But is there something bigger going on? Or was it just like, how many cars? Like, what's going on? Is a siren a feature on the news site? Yeah. On Financial Juice, yeah. What's going on with that? Is it like a bigger riot, or is it just like a one-time event with, like, cars? Massive protests, looting, and rioting. Okay. Oh, okay. Tons of fires, many police cars destroyed. Like, what triggered all of this? The upper resistance on the S&P would be upper DD band right here. And I am not getting I would love to get an entry in my A+ spot. The target is, well, there's a yellow line. 60.56 would be the target. Do I think we're gonna get 40 points from here? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, today's such a slow day. I'd rather wait to get a better setup, to be honest. Anti-ICE protest. Okay. National Guard being called up. Might lead to invoking the Insurrection Act. Okay. So anti-ICE protest. Okay. Why? What does Waymo have to do with anything? Or was it just like were they just targeting whatever, I guess? It wasn't like this was a symbolic thing to torch a Waymo car? Just a random act? Oh, okay. So no, I don't think it's going to affect the stock market. You were asking this morning. It's not like they're targeting Waymo because of political reasons or whatever, like the Tesla thing. Okay. Yeah. I wouldn't pay attention to it then for trading. Zero effect on the market. It's not affecting any company. It's not like people are targeting Waymo or anything like that. So I would just ignore it as a trader. I mean, I would ignore it for, humanitarian or political reasons or whatever. But as a trader, I would completely ignore it. I don't think the market's going to listen or care about that. I gave friends that live in LA. They said the LA is burning narrative is highly exaggerated. I mean, didn't we learn during George Floyd and during COVID and during anything that everything gets exaggerated 1,000 times these days in the news? We never know what's real and what's not. I used to remember there were pictures that were like during the protests of George Floyd, there was like cities are being like protested against, and then people were, or like there's like thousands of people marching in the streets, and there were people like taking a picture of like the people taking a picture, and it was like one person with a brick, and the news, like I said, the news just wanted to paint pictures, and so you never can trust the news anymore these days, Well, it was a big deal, obviously, that was a big news event, but I feel like the news uses all their resources to exaggerate further the impact. You never know what to believe anymore. Yeah, like LA is burning, or like the LA is like kind of motif that you're hearing is not really that. It's like a smaller, isolated thing. Yeah. Not saying they're not significant events to pay attention to, of course they are, but you never know what's accurate in the portrayal in the news. As a trader, it's all about the data. We're smart enough to know that they paint the picture of the story they want to tell, rather than paint the picture of the reality that is. So I don't think, my question, my thing is always to get to the bottom of, is this going to affect my trading day? Is this going to move the market around? That's all I care about. While I'm in front of the numbers, while I'm in front of my money on the risk on the table, we don't care about politics. We don't care about feelings. We don't care about making people feel good or get on one side or the other. Fuck all that. I care about making money. And is this going to affect my trading day or not? I know sometimes my commentary affects people. Somebody says you're being insensitive. I'm like, it's Wall Street, bitch. Like, what? It ain't Sesame Street. We're not over here fucking, 7 bats, like holding hands and singing songs. This is like Wall Street here. Like, this isn't a place to respect feelings, or we're doing our job. We're talking about the market, the impact on my money. That's it. I used to have people back in the day were like, how can you be insensitive to what's going on? I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I'm doing my job, man. My job is to tell people, is this going to affect the market or not? Like, the geopolitics of what you believe in, I respect that. And we can have a different conversation when I'm not at work. But I'm at work. My job is a trader. We're just going to talk about the numbers. I have to be insensitive as a trader. That is your job. You must not be sensitive to things. And outside of the world, I'm a humanitarian, a nice person. I believe in causes as well. I support things, but it's not going to affect me. I'm not going to plump big, fat, juicy, emotional stack right in front of my trading day. That's what newbies do. Yeah. So, hey, Steve, donating $20 to the stream. Thank you. We'll give that away into the form of a giveaway when it comes to new boot camp, which starts up in 2 weeks. So, thank you for that. But I'm a capitalist, so that's all that matters. Back in COVID, yeah, back in George Floyd, back in those era, right? There's a lot of commentary. The market was crashing. All people want to know is what's going on with the stock market on this stream. But there was always a handful of people that wanted to talk about what was going on and let their opinions be heard and start debates and disagree with what you're saying and make it heated. And I'm just like, when you're trading, you can't feel those things. Even if you feel them, you got to put them aside and you focus on the market. If I say I don't think it's that big of a deal, I don't want someone say, of course it's a big deal. This is happening and this is doing a social injustice to people. I'm like, no, hold on. It's not a big deal to my trading day. Like, I don't want to engage in the conversation of, is this right or wrong in the eyes of God, or right or wrong in the eyes of humanity? And like, as a Wall Street trader, I'm saying, is it not a big deal for the market? And that's all I'm going to say that. That's all we care about while we're doing our job. Now, outside of our job, we can all have different feelings about stuff and have good discussions. But the goal of a trading stream is to trade. That's it. You guys are fine now, but back in the day, I remember during COVID, when I used to say like, I said, yeah, COVID is kind of a hoax. And they're like, how can you say that? I'm like, well, I don't know, I had it. I've had it 3 times. It killed people. Yeah, it was a flu. Yeah, but it was kind of a hoax. The media played it up 10 times bigger than what it was, and that was the hoax. The disease was real. The media's portrayal was the hoax, and the scare tactics were the hoax, and the wear a mask or you'll die was a hoax. I had it. It was bad. I know it was bad because I had it. It was the worst flu I ever had, but it still wasn't this big. It was that big. But you're so insensitive. No, I'm just saying that so that people don't believe the stock market's going to fucking zero because of the flu. It's not being insensitive. It's just, I'm sorry that your mother's great grandfather's best friend's neighbor died from it. Sorry. It's not the point of the conversation. The point of the conversation is, if it was a real pandemic like the Black fucking Plague, the stock market's going to go to zero. And it's not the news. And people were like, how can you be insensitive? I'm like, I'm fucking trading this. I'm not trying to patty cake people's feelings or sit here and apologize on behalf of someone that passed. Like, so people forget, and when you're trading, you can't feel those things, you know. It completely fucked me up. Things don't smell or taste the same since COVID for me. Ketchup don't taste the same. So yeah, it's real, but it wasn't a it was like in New York they're filming like thousands of body bags in the street kind of thing. No, that's staged propaganda. It wasn't that bad. It was bad, just wasn't that bad. The market was crashing. We have to make honest commentary on what we believe for the sake of the stock market. How can you be insensitive? There's people out there dying. I'm like, oh my God. We're not, if like outside of the stream, we would have that deeper conversation where we'll talk about how we feel and how the state of humanity and do our best to help people out. But in the fucking name of the stream, we're going to make money. Put your feelings aside. I used to enjoy Arby's before COVID. It changed my whole taste of it. Your taste and smell is gone. Yeah, things taste and smell muted for me. Like there was permanent inflammation and permanent damage for sure. I was like patient zero, man. I had it like in like April of that year in 2020 when people didn't even think it was a real thing. When most people were like, it's just a few cases in New York. I don't know anybody that's ever had it. And I was one of the first people that people actually knew that had it. I was like streaming, hey guys, I got COVID and it fucking sucks. And then people were like, holy crap, are you gonna die? I'm like, no, I don't think I'm gonna die. I hope I don't. If you're like, dude, I'm so sorry you got that. I'm like, shit, I'm really scared for you. And that's what people were saying. Like I was getting a lot of people like, where can I send flowers, man? It's like, oh my God. This is a good pullback. I would say that this could be a good pullback for entry. QQQ. But yeah, so trust me when I say, you guys aren't here to have somebody, spoon feed you the side of the spectrum of politics you're on or feelings you're on or geopolitical feel goods or whatever side of this war, that war, this conflict. This stream is where you can avoid all of that. And I'm going to give you like a fair analysis of what I think's going on based on logic and the stock market only. So if I disrespect you or your feelings or your culture or whatever, I don't fucking care. I don't, and I'll never care. Never my goal. My goal is to stick strictly to the facts. And if I accidentally do it, my bad, but I don't mean to. I just mean to take a neutral, non-feeling approach to whatever. I'm not going to be baited into war talks or this talk or humanitarian talk on this stream. In real life, I'm a nice guy. I donate to charity. I help out a lot of causes. I feel for people. I help people. On this stream, I'm going to fucking stomp all over everyone and make money. That's the difference. I'm here at work. So feelings, bye-bye. Yeah. But we'd always, every once in a while during COVID, we would always get like something like that. And, you know, to each their own. But when you're trading, you got to put the feelings aside and be just, okay, logic only. The commentary usually was like, you know, I don't think it's that bad. How can you think it's not that bad? There's people dying in the street. No, listen. I don't think the stock market's going to zero. I think we're crashing, but I think it's the end pretty soon. I don't think it's that bad. And then people were angry. You disagree with them on something so heated. So occasionally you'll get that person, but that person won't last as a trader either. You can't have those feelings while you're trading. You got to be like, okay, logic only. Let me put aside my beliefs and let's just focus on, is this going to crash the market? People like one time about a month ago, there's the Gaza thing, and people were like, there's huge things in Gaza. And I said, well, I don't think it's really that big of a deal, you know, for the stock market. How do you not think it's that big of a deal? There's people dying. And I'm like, oh my God. Okay. I don't want to preempt every conversation I have with in the stock market. I don't think our stock market's going to move on that. I'm just providing commentary on the reflection of that event to the stock market. And I definitely feel passion for people dying and being killed. Yes, it's very sad. Yes. But we can put the sad feelings by the door. And unfortunately, during these 5 hours, we got to be like, okay, stock market only. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, Matt is an insensitive asshole when he's trading. 100% fucking true. I'm going to stomp all over everyone and their fucking feelings. So that's how I'm going to make money. But outside of this, I'll put on my warrior hat and I'll fight some causes. Sure. Unfortunately, that's the way the world is. And, you know, here I'm not going to care. I'm going to talk about the impact on the stock market only. So, but that should be true of anybody. That's, you know, you don't want someone giving you biased, stupid opinions because you really want a good, honest stock market commentary, you know? The fact that the market didn't go to zero means it wasn't real. Yeah, it wasn't really a global pandemic that was going to kill every human out there. It was just a news amplified scare up until an election year where one side was blaming the other and the other side was blaming the other. And then that somehow spiraled out of control in a disharmonious, mutually assured destruction, which is what it's called in mathematics, or any kind of game theory, where both sides are aiming a nuke at each other. And when both sides pull the trigger, it becomes a nuke on both sides. And so if it wasn't an election year, it wouldn't have been a thing. I can guarantee you. In another universe, if you guys are ever able to travel the multiverse, go to a universe where COVID happened in 2021, and it wouldn't have been a news thing. Election year made it a news thing. So both sides pointing at each other made it a thing. And then that amplified the snowball. Had there not been a volatile president like Donald Trump and Biden and Kamala and all these people, you know, and Nancy Pelosi all kind of fighting, yelling, screaming at each other, it would have completely passed through the news like nothing. So remember, you have to kind of think like, and it sucks because, you know, I know people that died from COVID, and I know people that, you know, had parents and grandparents die from COVID, and I know it's insensitive to not honor them. I definitely honor and respect, you know, people and, you know, who passed and things, but in nature of the conversation in this stream, we're never going to start with sorry about your feelings and let's get to the facts. It's going to be straight up facts. So fortunately, what sucked is that as it was a worse flu than normal flus, it hit me as hard as I've ever been hit. I know some people that did, you know, lose their relatives and stuff, and it's really sad. But the flu is a thing that's kind of a yearly killer for a lot of people. So We tend to only care about that when the news makes it a thing, but every year the flu kills hundreds of thousands of people. Big deal. No, hospitals were getting overloaded. The people that were sick, well, no, hospitals are getting overloaded with people that were panicking. That's the real difference. And this was affecting other people who had different medical emergencies, right? Anybody during COVID that had their 8-year-old coughing was like rushing her in the fucking hospital. Like, my daughter's going to die. Get her in, get her in. And then the real people that were sick got in behind all the panicking people who were just maybe sick or would probably normally pass it. If it wasn't in the news, you would have given your kid some Diamond Tap and just gave them some chicken soup. But any tiny little cough, you're rushing them to the ER to get them on a ventilator. You know what I mean? So people were panicking, and real people that, as Stakes is saying, yeah, real people that needed help were getting behind all the panicking COVID people. So a lot of people didn't receive the care they needed, and they passed. And that was the really sad part. The panic actually created more deaths than it should have. And I know a lot of nurses and doctors that were saying the same thing. Like, there are patients that just can't get in for like real shit that they needed to get in for, you know? You were able to get your favorite espresso machine because of COVID. The retail thought they would never sell another espresso machine in their life. So you're able to purchase it for a fraction of the dollar or fraction of the cost. So that's nice. Yeah. Older people were certainly at more at risk of, you know, of passing from any kind of flu or viral infection. Is pretty common, you know, in the elderly in general. And COVID was a higher rate of that for sure. But the news made it seem like it's the fucking bubonic plague, dude. Like, there's going to be bodies in the streets and like people, you know, coming by on a daily basis to wheel off the dead on a giant cart, you know, like that was what they were saying. And I'm like, okay, that's a little much. And the scare in the stock market was crazy, you know, we were trading it the whole time. It's amazing you still get censored for telling the truth. Yeah, exactly. There's some added dynamics to like what cost. Maybe I should try to take a long here. Do I want to on S&P? Let's try to take one more long again. Why not? Let's tap along at the bottom here. I'll hit it with 2 accounts. One of the things that was a problem too is that if people like passed away from a heart attack but had COVID, they died from COVID. That's kind of what the stats kind of became muddled too, because, you know, it was really hard to just know, you know, I mean, they couldn't even get it right. Like, what was the actual cause of death was always hard to say. I mean, George Floyd died of a fentanyl overdose, but apparently there was difference in opinions on that too. People are having a hard time determining how someone was dying in 2020. But like 2020 was like where somehow coroners, somehow it became a pseudoscience to be a fucking coroner, because the science of this is how you died somehow had huge debates. So then it was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought that was a rock solid science to determine how someone died, but apparently 2020 created the world of, no, sorry, being a coroner is now a pseudoscience. We just kind of guess. We don't really understand how people die anymore. I found it to be weird. I didn't believe that. I believed that people did well at their job and they were pressured to say something different. I don't know. But yeah. I think maybe they died from COVID. We don't really know. Someone just said heroin's better than fentanyl. But yeah, I mean, 2020 was a weird time. But honestly, you guys, you know who made it weird? Donald Trump and Joe Biden. The reason 2020 was a fucked up year was because of those two guys. If it wasn't for either one of them, 2020 would have probably been a kick-ass year. I'm just saying. The cutthroat politics made 2020 a fucked up world. So, everyone was on edge. Everyone was like not getting along. Everyone was just like, there's so much hate, so much blame, so much whatever. It's like the world became childish overnight. There were so many hostilities over the politics and over the news, over the whatever. It was like the most polarized time I think I ever remember us being as a nation, in my time at least. Yeah, and COVID really screwed people over because, like St. M said, had to file for bankruptcy because restaurants, your restaurant was affected. That's really sad. It caused more auxiliary damage, I think, to people. I have my favorite yoga studio that IDOC and I go to closed down this last year because of COVID. Never recovered, was always behind, was behind since COVID, and just never was able to get back on their feet, even though business was good now. COVID shut down like something that was very meaningful to my life. It hurt a lot of people like on the sidelines, you know? And I think the public's response to, or the political response is pretty bad. You know, a lot of it was very militarized instead of like, you know, give people the right to choose the risks they want to take. If you want to choose to risk your life to go to yoga, it should be your choice. And I think that a lot of businesses being forced, you know, to, you know, have certain rules and whatever. I mean, I get it for the state of humanity if there's a thing, but man, the political nature of that should just be like, you know, we still have the effects of inflation because of COVID. That's still why I have inflation. The residual of that is going to last decades, you know? It's a dumb idea to shut all the businesses down. And so we got played, man. People are fighting for their personal issues and not their country. That is exactly what it is, man. We're a weirder version of the US since COVID. That whole environment just changed a lot of people. But I was super hyped. Somebody's super hyped for 2020. The V-Day on Friday, Cinco de Mayo fell on Taco Tuesday. Bro, it was like the best fucking year, right? 4th of July on a Saturday, Halloween on a Saturday, Christmas on a Friday, and New Year's on a Friday. 2020 was slated to be like the best year of the calendar. Every holiday was going to be a gem. Hindsight. But you have to think about it though, Chris. Every year, the flu, you can have the same argument every year, right? You never know which year the flu is going to become the Spanish flu that kills everyone, you know? It's just we only choose to panic when they tell us to panic. It's kind of weird how we operate as humans, right? Every year has that same threat, but we only panic when everyone's got a camera on it telling you it's time to panic, then you panic, right? So it's like we're just kind of pawns waiting for the politicians to say, okay, guys, world's going to shit. Time to freak out. Okay, let's freak out. I mean, every year, it's the risk is there every year. But yeah, we all seem to forget every other year. We haven't talked about flu pandemics since 2020, right? But it's still pretty bad. It still comes around. There's still COVID. I got COVID 2 years ago for the third time. People overlooked the severity of it, even though it was pretty bad still. We're just funny human beings. We're just a funny breed of animal. I don't panic when the media tells me to. When they tell us to panic, boys, time to panic. Get your panic hat on. Wait, clip of Musk saying that Doge actually stopped Ebola prevention research. Really? That is funny. Elon's getting a little wacky these days too. He's starting to lose it. People parrot what the media tells him. Yep. At least it made people wash their hands for a while. Yeah, for a while people were very for a while we actually had people being super hygienic. This is true. should grab a, do I want to grab along here in this account? Do I want to touch it with this account? Hopefully we get, let's move to Nasdaq and see if Nasdaq's doing anything good. Nice little dip on NQ. S&P at the bottom of the box. Resilience is still good. Even though it's taking a little bit of a dip, it's still okay. So I put a one contract long on it. Should we panic now? That's the real question. What should we panic about now? But I'm telling you, I had COVID. It was pretty fucking nasty. I never had the flu before, to any degree that I ever knew I had the flu. That's the worst sickness I ever felt in my life. And I never really had a flu. And I actually never had a flu shot before. And I never got the vaccine either. Like, for me, it was pretty gnarly. Like, I got my ass beat pretty bad. COVID had me, I was sick for like 6 solid weeks, or 3 weeks I had COVID, and then I got better. And then I went out to celebrate surviving COVID, and we all went out to go tubing on Guadalupe. And I got absolutely plastered, and then I got pneumonia for 3 weeks after that. So I celebrated too early. So I got a worse dose of COVID because I actually did get pneumonia, and I actually was getting freaked out because I was like, okay, now that's the problem. You don't want to get pneumonia. But that was my experience with it. And I swear ketchup tastes weird, like doesn't taste the same. Ketchup used to be like sweet and tangy, whether it's like shrinkflation or really like maybe it was all just a hoax so that companies could shrinkflate and just blame it on losing their taste and smell. Like, why do Oreos not taste the same anymore, right? Skittles don't taste the same. Companies are like, oh yeah, it must be that disease you had. You can't taste the same anymore, huh? Sorry, bro. And secretly they're like changing their ingredients. I knew it. The food industry is behind it all. We'll just put a little less sugar in our cookies now. They'll never notice. We'll blame it on COVID. We can taste chemicals now. Big food, bro. I knew they were behind it. I knew it. Heinz lowering the vinegar content on their ketchup. I fucking knew it. Trying to sneak it in under COVID. Uh-huh. Gargamel. I just don't like Gargamel, didn't I? Big food. They're behind everything, man. I knew it. Nah, but real though, COVID certainly messed things up for me, because I know for a while, I remember on stream, I couldn't taste anything at all. Like, the inflammation was that bad. And I remember on stream, I had, we were talking about how, Skittles, there was a rumor being passed around that Skittles aren't necessarily flavored any different, that Skittles are all the same flavor. It's just that the shell is got a special perfume in it, like orange juice has a perfume in it to make it smell like orange juice so that it tastes like orange juice when you drink it. And that Skittles have that same perfume in the shell that gives it the different distinct flavors, and that the actual flavor of a Skittle is all flavors combined. They take the 5 fruit flavors, and then Skittles is all 5 flavors. But the lemon scent on the shell makes it taste like lemon when you eat it. And that was the rumor. I remember like that was passed around. So I was like, okay, so if Skittles are only flavored based on smell, then I should be able to tell if I get my smell back by eating Skittles. And so on my stream every day, I bought this 5-pound bag of Skittles. I don't even know if that's true or not. But I was like, okay, I'd eat a Skittle, and I was like, I can't taste anything. It just tastes fruity. And I would do like a taste test. I'm like, is it grape? Blech. Nope, that was lemon. Okay. And so the moment, like, there was one day I had a realization. My friend was telling me to get these cough drops called doTERRA. And now let me tell you guys something. I'm not like a hocus pocus naturalist, but let me tell you something about these doTERRA. Go out and you get some of these right freaking now. I don't care the fact that it's $25 for a bag of cough drops. You need to listen to me. This shit was made in heaven. These guys are here. Go buy them. The On Guard, let me tell you why. They are made with every essential oil on the planet that is designed to open your freaking lungs. It's like rosemary, peppermint, clove, myrrh, cinnamon bark, eucalyptus. Let me tell you, any one of those makes you go, ooh, that sounds spicy. These things right here, it's just, they're made with essential oil. It's not a cough drop made with like flavorings and candy. It's just literally a cough drop that's just loaded with essential oils, right? That burn you, like when you like not burn you, but like burn your throat. And when I ate one of those, she was like, trust me, it'll change your life. When I ate one, temporarily for like 5 minutes, I could smell again, and then it would go away. So cinnamon bark apparently is such a huge anti-inflammatory agent. That it actually like made the inflammation go away slightly, that I could smell. I remember the first time I popped one in, I was like, I asked my friend, I was like, what flavor are these? And she's like, oh, they kind of taste like cinnamon. I'm like, I can't taste anything. And then like 5 minutes later, I was like, I can smell my cologne. What the hell? And then I'm like, I can smell my cologne. I was on stream when it happened, and I was freaking out. I was like, oh my God, I can smell my cologne. And then like as time went by, I was like, oh, I can't smell it anymore. What the heck? Then I popped another cough drop later, and I could smell my cologne again. I'm like, okay, crazy anti-inflammatory. But it's just straight up essential oil. There's nothing special about it. But I mean, like, myrrh, rosemary, eucalyptus. We always put like eucalyptus in your bath or something. It like clears your sinuses. You smell it, you're like, ooh, right? These things are like, and when I ate one when I wasn't sick, it is like the spiciest cough drop you've ever had. It's really good flavor. It's like cinnamon times a million. And the oil's lubricating your throat too. Whatever it was, man, they were great. But like my normal Ricolas, like your candy cough drops, they weren't really doing anything, to be honest. They were just like, keeping me from coughing. But these aren't actually cough drops. They're not designed to keep you from coughing. They're actually designed, it's just essential oil. So it was anti-inflammatory. So, but I'm going to tell you guys, I have them on the side, not for when I'm coughing, but when I can't smell or taste anything. Like when I'm super congested, they open you right up. I'm not affiliate or anything, but Raspy Mad attracts the female viewers. Oh yeah, baby. Your daughter cannot taste or smell. Someone said you must be a boy. No one is that obtuse. Are you talking to me or are you talking to someone else? About cough drops? I don't understand what you're saying. In acetylcysteine, NAC helps clear mucus in the lungs. Where can I, is that in something? Is there a product that has that in it? Wait. Hold on, let me read up really quick. Tyler, what are you guys talking about? I missed some of y'all's awesome ideas. Wait. Y'all had like this cool conversation. I'm missing out all this cool commentary. Hold on, wait. Don't you dare be drinking water from plastic. Bro, I used to work in the plastics industry. Don't listen. Listen to me, everybody. I worked in plastics, all right? I used to make acrylic acid monomer, which is a precursor for polyacrylic acid, which is a plastic polymer or a Dow chemical. I'm a plastics guy. This is my career. Don't you ever fucking drink water from a plastic water bottle that has been sitting. Now, it's one sitting in your car. If a plastic water bottle has been exposed to any kind of heat, I don't care, in your car for a day, whatever, for the love of God, do not drink out of it. For the love of God, throw it away. Throw it all away. Plastic by itself at room temperature, the ppb is so small, you may not get harmful chemicals, but let me tell you what happens. When you make plastic, this is coming from a guy who did this for a living. When you make plastic, you put a thing called a catalyst inside of a vat of whatever. The catalyst forces two other molecules to find each other more rapidly and then react. Okay, the catalyst is like a magnet for a reaction. But see, what happens is when the plastic is made, sometimes the molecule contains pieces of that catalyst in it. Let me explain to you what heavy metal catalysts are. Severe neurotoxins in the body. A lot of your nickel, vanadium, platinum style catalysts Some of them are terrible for you. Some of them are good for you. Some of them don't matter for you. It doesn't matter. But you're getting heavy metal agents in the middle of non-polar fat absorbent chemicals. Plastics are non-polar. They dissolve and they are absorbed in your body through your fat. They'll stay in your fat cells forever, and you'll have a little, vanadium nickel catalyst just sitting there catalyzing free agents in your body for the rest of your life. For the love of God, do not drink a water bottle, because it contains those metals in the plastic. It's not the plastic that's bad for you. It's the byproducts and the residual catalysts that stay in the plastic that you can't get out, and they leach into the water when you heat it. So if you ever leave a bottle of water in your car, throw it away. You will get cancer and you will die drinking it one time. It's that bad. It's literally that bad. We would go through training on how severely toxic these. We used to have to wear double containment masks and respirator. So you have to wear a mask underneath a respirator because it was that bad, to put those catalysts into some of those reactors. Like it was like, if the wind was blowing or whatever, we'd have to alert loading catalysts into these vats, right? Into these giant. If the wind was blowing a certain amount, we had to put out an alert with the Coast Guard, and they had to alert all the neighboring towns because just little bits of it drifting in the wind was a big deal. That's how toxic it was. And it just ends up in your plastic water bottles, just letting you guys know. So also, I'll drink from a plastic water bottle, but I can't guarantee that, it's not half the reason most of us die from cancer, but don't do it if you can't. Just FYI. Boutonnoia, because I'm parroting nonsense. You're an absolute fucking idiot. This is a chemical engineering degree on the wall. I worked in the plastics industry. I literally am the person who is the most expert at this conversation in this entire fucking chat. I used to work for Dow Chemical. Oh, he's calling you a bot. Oh, I thought you called me an idiot. Never mind. I take back what I said. I love you. He's calling you a bot. Well, you are a bot. I thought he was saying I'm nonsense. I'm like, bro, I used to work there. Okay, I love you, bro. Okay, I thought you were making fun of me. I'm trying to give you guys some truths to save your lives. I was like, oh my God. I thought you were just trolling me, bro. I love you. All right, I take it back. We're friends. You're plastic. I bet you are. All right, it's almost time for giveaway. A slow trading day. I did long in a couple of my other accounts, so we're good. Make a little bit of money. I'm telling you, dude, I used to go to training and they're like, this shit is so toxic, like it'll kill you. You must wear a mask under your respirator, like for double containment. I'm like, what? I mean, they're like, yeah, I used to be extra safe. So believe it or not, with a plastic water bottle in your car, the sun, it's just like making tea, right? When you heat up water, put a tea leaf in it, tea bag, it leaches chemicals out of the solid. The leaching is where a liquid pulls a certain concentration of particles from a solid container or a solid inside of it. And so, yeah, plastic bottles will leach heavy metal catalysts and they'll absorb in your fat, in your body, which, as you know, it's hard to break fat down, right? Little Blue is a bot, by the way. He's a fake guy. Don't listen to him. We always knew it from the start. I'm not paying attention to what you guys are saying. That's probably what I should do. Beat boop. I hate that this is a boring fucking trading day. You guys are all like picking on each other now. We need some action in the market so we can stop. It's like we're just all sitting there with like a quiet day. It's like we want action, so we're all like being dickheads to each other today. Trump needs to say something, man. We need some action in the market. Y'all are too funny. We all love each other here. I thought y'all were picking on me for a minute. I thought I was getting trolled after I talked about it. Tyler is a psychopath. Well, we know that for sure. Wait, you literally wash your body with organic beef tallow and bar soap? No, bro. Like soap is usually chemicals. Like, it's not really the best for you. I don't think that's a bad idea. NaC is in Mucinex. It's sour. Wait, but so where would I get NaC from? I need to rejoin some of these old conversations you guys having. Tyler's want to bring up Big Soap. Hey, listen, I have a whole conversation about Big Soap. Big Soap is lying to you. Don't get me started. You notice that Poland spring water bottles get thinner before they were nice and thick. I think most bottled waters have gotten thinner. The bottles have gotten thinner due to like shrinkflation and just, you know, saving money. About a tenth of your body is composed of plastic now. Stu is like now like a synthetic man, an android. Why not get root canals? What's going on with that? Now Tyler's over here like super tinfoil about it. Wait, what's wrong with the root canal? Yeah, well, that's what you know, James. If you buy a plastic bottle from a store, how do you know it didn't get hot in the supply chain on the way there? Well, that's what I'm saying. You don't. I would just say in general, you know, plastic bottle, get yourself a metal container bottle, you know, like an aluminum Yeti or something. And aluminum's absolutely healthy for you. Any normal, like you can eat metal, you can eat you can eat steel, you can eat aluminum, you can eat anything, and your body doesn't hurt you. Inorganic metals are absolutely safe. Somebody says, yeah. So get yourself like a metal water bottle and just put regular water in it. Even lead, like lead and inorganic lead is actually safe for the body. Organic lead is not. So usually when you have metals that are, there's, I can't remember chemistry has a name for it, but like metals that are inside of organic compounds are what's toxic to people. Lead by itself is like unleaded gasoline was kind of a scam because lead on the byproduct of gas exhaust would just become organic lead. You would just have like lead metal fall out the back of the tailpipe, and that's actually not toxic. It's extremely inert, but organic lead, which is something that would be in certain types of organic chemicals, was toxic. So the whole unleaded gas scare was another COVID kind of thing. It was the fucking news driving pseudoscience, and the engineers to this day still laugh at that. We're like, we have unleaded gasoline now for no reason whatsoever. No microwaving plastics. That doesn't matter, I don't think. I think that microwaving plastic is another crazy thing because when you microwave something, you're just heating it up, right? By zapping it with energy that resonates with the molecules to increase the energy. So the question is, don't microwave plastic with a liquid in it. In general, because it's the same sort of thing. Now, if you have a plastic plate with like a piece of chicken on it, it's kind of debatable whether it's going to soak up a toxic amount of possible parts per billion material from the plastic. Maybe the sauce on the chicken might get a molecule or two. But if you're like cooking like a soup in a plastic jug, I wouldn't do that either. So I wouldn't reheat like a liquid in a plastic because you're going to be, you know, absorbing a huge concentration of that stuff. Solid plastic plate, probably not as bad. But you have to think it's like a science of how much chemical that you have in touch with how much plastic you have. And so a solid on a solid is not going to transfer any material back and forth. But a liquid in a plastic container, I wouldn't microwave that, no. Same thing as leaving a bottle in the car. Wait, you had a doctor try to tell you that your COVID passed your blood-brain barrier? Are you fucking kidding me? What an idiot. These people, man. COVID just proved to me how stupid the world actually is. There were doctors and nurses and people in the medical profession that just proved how dumb they really were. And I was like, man, we have idiots working in this world. Yeah. Certain kind of plastics don't have the same type of like organometallic components that are like the catalyst that made its way into the plastic. But as a rule of thumb, anything that's liquid touching plastic that gets hot, throw it away. Because you don't know, unless you know what kind of plastic is and where it's manufactured. There's millions of different kinds. Every plastic is forced to have a stamp on it that tells you the type of plastic, but you may not know which company made it, and they all use different catalysts. So it's really a crapshoot whether it's safe or not, and it's just better to play safe than sorry. Bring back tap water. You like the stream? Seriously? Sometimes I return to my roots as an engineer with useful information about the world. Tap water, yeah, tap water is actually pretty safe and clean for you. It's stored in metal containers. It's cleaned before it goes through the pipes. It's probably got a little bacteria and algae and stuff in it, but hell, that never killed us over the last, 300,000 years. So, all right. We used to drink water out of rivers. This is BPA free. Yeah, I honestly, and when it comes to that, I just know too much. And I'm like, I remember going through training of, again, if it's a windy day and they're dropping these pellet catalysts in these big hoppers and then like basically opening the sluice and it would fall straight down into the reactor, right? They'd have a hose and they would be like moving this giant hose around to kind of paint the floor with this pellets. But if it was windy, you could see, especially at night when it was windy and you can see the lights behind the hopper, you can actually see just dust floating away. And I'm just like, I'm remembering my training. I'm like, yeah, I remember this told me that if this gets in your body, you can get Alzheimer's and this is going to kill your brain. Like, I remember that training. And then I realized that material also makes its way into the, the plastic that you're consuming. And then I'm just like, nothing's 100%, man. When you separate material in any chemical process, there's no such thing as 100% clean. There's always a residual A and B and a little bit of B and A. It's just how it works. Nothing's 100%. So you always are going to have something. If it's made with something toxic, it will end up with something toxic in it, no matter how much you try to clean it out. So another reason cancer rates spiked is because of the nuclear testing in the 40s. They did some tests back in the day where the bombs that blew up sent radioactive material from the desert that made its way into in the atmosphere, and then the currents carried it over to certain areas, and they mapped the currents out, and then it would rain that nuclear material down, and people along this certain current line from where the tests were had higher cancer rates than everyone else. So proof that your grandparents and parents that may have gotten cancer in the last 50 years might have been from the nuclear testing in the middle of the Nevada desert. A lot of stuff, man, that we, engineers tend to go through school picking up a lot of. Your teachers always love to bounce those fun facts onto you. Working at Chernobyl. There you go, baby. That's how it goes. What's going on with this day today? Can't we get like an A+ setup, please? That would be lovely. Daddy want to make some money today. Cities are regulated to pump it full of fluoride. Okay, so y'all want to hear about big soap and big sugar? All right, let me teach you guys a little bit about big soap and big sugar. By the way, big soap is a joke, but big sugar is not really a joke. Big soap is the soap manufacturers telling you to use a cap full of laundry detergent. Now, I got a degree in soap. Let me tell you how much you need to use. Unless your clothes are extremely soiled, I'm talking like you're an auto mechanic and it's covered in literal grease, you probably need a teaspoon or less of laundry detergent, period. You don't really need much. As a matter of fact, most of the grime on your shirt will be your skin oils, the salt water, the salt from your sweat, and that's it. It takes very little soap. I'm talking very little to remove that tiny amount of body oil from your clothes. You need literally less than a teaspoon for every load of laundry. They tell you to use a capful, so you use a fucking capful because you're dumb and you'll do it. It's just like expiration on certain products because you'll just buy it because you think it's expired, right? You don't need a capful of laundry detergent ever. I mean ever. You need a spoonful at most. So I just saved you guys $100 a year because Big Soap don't tell you that. You don't, unless your clothes, and again, it's guess and test. Put a little spoonful in there, and then your clothes will be fresh and nice, and you'll be like, oh. Find the perfect amount, but I'll tell you, it's about like 1/20th or 1/30th of what you currently put in. Some people are like, glurg, 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 glurg. Get that soap in there, baby. It like milk, actually, it never expires. Yeah, you go to Mexico, milk isn't even refrigerated. It's on the grocery store shelves. You don't even refrigerate it. Yeah, don't glug, 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 glug. Most of the dirtiness on your clothes can be washed away with just hot water. You don't even need soap. But tiny little bit. Now, fluoride is from big sugar lobbying. That was a big deal. Back in the 50s, when it started becoming popular for kids to eat sugar cereals, they were eating all kind of shit and their teeth were rotting. And fucking American dentists were like, teeth are rotting because all these kids are eating sugar. And then the big sugar lobbyists were like, sugar's not toxic, just like big nicotine. Sugar's not toxic. Nicotine's not addictive. Sugar doesn't do this. They lobbied to get all the cities to put fluoride in the water so that kids' teeth would stop rotting so that the cereal companies can sell more cereal. That's fact. That's lobbying there. Lobbying at its best. Like when they used to lobby to try to get them allowed to have a cartoon camel sell you cigarettes in the 80s. A cool guy with a leather jacket. Cigarettes are cool, man. So, yeah. Big sugar is to blame for the fluoride in the water. That's kids' teeth were falling out and dentists were like, cereal's kind of bad for you. And they were like, holy shit, they're going to find out that sugar actually causes cancer and obesity and diabetes and their teeth are falling out. Oh, we can't have this. Oh, let's fight the first big fight. Oh, sugar is not bad for you. Look, everyone has great smiles. Don't drop the soap. Do I still believe in the long? Yeah. Yeah, everything's good. You have to wear your soap to stay clean all the time. But yeah, the soap thing is actually real. You'll save a whole lot of money. But like I said, put a little bit in, and if your clothes still smell a little bit bad, put a little bit more. But for the most part, you don't need a cap full of anything. And I when I taught iDoc that, she was completely blown away. She's like, okay, Matt, sometimes you have useful information. I was like, can you tell the difference? I just put a little blip. I'm like, push the button once, there's a little knob on it, blip, and it goes drop. That's it. It's a little tiny drop. Just maybe like a teaspoonful. And I asked her, I was like, can you tell the difference? Be honest. She's like, no, I can't. It seems the same to me. I was like, ah. Soap is actually very, very good at what it does. It's a very efficient chemical in a solution of water. You don't need a lot of it. It does its job because what soap arranges itself into certain organisms. Soap is a magical component of thermodynamics. It's a really neat process what soap actually does. It chemically doesn't do anything. It doesn't react. It doesn't do anything. What it does is it forms a certain shape in the water to lower the entropy of the solution around it. It's a thermodynamics thing. It's pretty cool how it works. And due to lowering the entropy altogether of the entire system, dirt migrates through random Brownian motion and makes its way and gets trapped in between the orientation of these soap molecules. And the process is that when dirt gets in, it can't leave. It's stuck there because of entropy. It's actually pretty neat. It's not bound chemically. It's not, the soap isn't actually doing anything, but just making little traps for dirt that gets in and can't get out. And thermodynamics prevents the dirt from getting out. It's a pretty cool process, and you don't really need a lot of soap for it to do its job. Unless there's a lot of dirt, then you might need a lot of soap, but yeah. My thermodynamics teacher was the one that taught us that big soap was lying to you. And I'm reiterating his story. He was like, yeah, he was a Russian guy. Oh, this soap, they lie to you. And yeah, still put a little soap in your washing machine. That's a big lie. So that was really fun. And he was a guy that was like created like a different, I don't know, he had a huge I forgot, he was doing protein crystallization. He found a new state of matter. That was one of his claims to fame. So you're like, oh, soap is a big scam. Okay. So that's some really smart professors in school. have a compromised sense of smell. That is true, but Greg is right. Maybe I can't smell it. Maybe my clothes actually smell like shit. I can't even tell. Can't we get some market movement today? Come on, man. Boring day. I need an A+ setup. Nothing's looking bad. And that's just not moving. Get a little bounce here, maybe? Oh, we need to do giveaway, don't we? Oh, shit. It's almost 11:30 already. Time has just flown by. Let's talk about COVID just past the time. I'm a gazillionaire. Why I care about soap? It's the principle of the matter, man. I care about the science. I'm passionate. I'm passionate. I don't take passion about geopolitical things, but I take passion about soap. Soap, man. KJ, Kristen said the perfumes in some soap just smell toxic. Yep. Bison with banana and Parmesan cheese and tablespoon of raw honey. Tyler, what the hell? What are you eating over here? Bison with banana and Parmesan cheese? Bro, I can't imagine what that tastes like. Cheese and honey. I can see how that tastes okay together because of like charcuterie boards. I've had that combo, but bison and banana on top of that. But like, what is it even? How does it even look like? Like describe the construction of this for me. Like, how are you? What's on bottom? What's on top? Like, how are we arranging this burger? What is this? Like, describe the orientation of this thing for me so I can space it out. Or are you just like, is it all in a bowl and you're just like scooping it? Like, what are you doing? Okay. Bison, then you cook a banana and butter. Okay, that's always good. All right. I like that. And you put the cooked banana on top of Parmesan. Oh, okay. Parmesan and honey, I get the flavor together. Like, you know, I've had enough charcuterie boards to like, you know, cheese and honeyed almonds and stuff. All these goes get together. But is this like a burger though? You have like a bison patty and then you put the banana on top of it. I feel like most of Tyler's diet came from his high friends daring him to do shit, and then he just decided this actually tastes good. Bro, you should like, I dare you to eat like the honey and the bananas and the hamburger together, bro. Shut up, I'll do it. Don't dare me. And then he finally did it, and it was like, what you do when you have nothing left in your fridge. It actually doesn't sound bad. All the stuff together, it actually, when I think about it, the banana's more of like a neutral flavor. It's not really a strong flavor. It would go pretty good with most things. I mean, a lot of island foods, like from the Caribbean and stuff, is very much like fruit and meat. So it's not a weird combo for sure. I mean, I've been in an Asian home. There's a lot of meats and vegetables and fruits all eaten together. Oh, I'll try it. Bison's pretty good. Can we get some market movement here, though? This is kind of boring. Boring day. I have lower gap fill to take long off of this. I don't have any evidence the market's going to sell off. It's trying to move, which is good. So I like it. I like what I see. Any trades? Yeah, my trades are always on the right side of the screen. So yeah, it's got one S&P contract, not too much risk or anything. Look up Pastillon. It's a plantain, cheese, and meat lasagna. Plantains are good because they're just like nice and starchy. Like a plantain is just a good altogether, like, damn, that does look good. So instead of like noodles, it's a lasagna with plantain. Oh, that's pretty good. It's a Dominican dish. Oh, that looks tasty, man. Well, the plantain is like not super sweet like a banana would be, so that would fit in pretty well. Okay, let me read some of you guys' comments. I missed a lot of your commentary. Can you tell us a story of how you were thinking you're an engineer, but you were losing while dumb people are making money from trading? I mean, that's basically what it was. Like, I used to, I mean, I looked at this and I was like, oh, it's charts and numbers, and that shouldn't be too hard. I'd probably figure this out. And I just thought that, you know, if it's a game of charts and numbers, that I just literally in my head, I was just thinking, there's nobody out there smarter than me. These Wall Street people sound like a bunch of knuckleheads. I'll completely destroy them with my math nerd capabilities. Yes, I went in there. I was buying some oil futures, man. It took this fucking long, bro. How did it do, bro? I fucking killed it, bro. And I was like, oh, these guys are idiots, man. I'm gonna take their money, put it in my pocket. This will be easy. And my thought was like that, and I realized that those people were doing it. Wait, so you use antibacterial soap with triclosan all the time and develop an allergy? Now you can't touch the stuff or you break out? Oh, no way. Well, you know, triclosan is so good at what it does. Colgate Total used to have triclosan in it, and then they were pressured to take it out because of the superbugs. So triclosan, I'd never had cleaner smelling breath or like literally lack of cavities in my life for the like 5 years that Colgate Total had triclosan in it. I just, my teeth were so clean because it's like such a good antibacterial agent in your mouth. It's so good. And then, yeah, now Colgate Total doesn't have it anymore. They removed it. It's not an antibacterial because what happened was it was such a huge trend to put that in everything that the doctors were saying we're creating superbugs because it's so good at what it does. And they took it out. How long did it take me to become profitable? So it's kind of like when you say in general, it's hard for a trader to decide like when they finally became profitable. I'll tell you when I became consistent enough to do this for a living. Was about 5 years in. I probably became profitable maybe like 3 years in, 3 or 4 years, but consistent enough where I trusted that profitability to do this full time took about 5 years. There's never a moment where you're like, aha, now is the moment I'm finally making money every day, all day. It's more of like a muddy transition phase where you weren't making money and then all of a sudden you realize you were, and you're like, okay, I'm making money these couple months and maybe this month I didn't. But then I'm making this week, I'm doing good. And it just starts to be like you're progressively doing slightly better. I would say that 5 years is the number I tell people that because that's when I decided to do it full time. So somewhere between like 3 to 5 years, I'd say, when I started to turn from being horrible at the game to being like good enough to do it full time. In my head, yeah. So if you're still struggling like 2 or 3 years in and you're like, this is kind of tough, always tell yourself, Matt, that guy I see on YouTube, told me it took him about 5 years because it takes people different amount of time based on like who you are and how much you believe in big soap. That's part of it. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, I love pasta way too much, man, to get rid of. A lot of washer dryer repair people suggest very little soap. It will cause the odor in the machines from not being able to be rinsed out and cause issues. Less is more for sure. Oh, for the sake of the machine itself. I didn't know that. Sometimes your pan needs a lot of soap if there's a lot of grease or burnt stuff. Yeah, like soap is really good at taking off large amounts of grease. But unless you're like, you know, doing oil changes at Jiffy Lube, your shirts probably won't have a lot of grease on them and not need a lot of soap. Yeah. Is Terry Trades taking over for Luke? I don't think she is. I don't know if like that's a permanent change, but she was there on Friday. Maybe Lucas just got stuff going on. Maybe he just got married. I think he's on his honeymoon actually. If I never found trading, you'd all be on Mr. Clean stream right now. You guys would all be watching Ross Cameron playing big penny stocks, probably chasing the hot topics. Do I use Old Spice? No, dude. I use Dr. Squatch because it's all natural. So I feel ya. I use natural ingredients, fewer chemicals. Even though I think it's still aluminum based, which some people are against, but yeah, I think most of the antiperspirants are aluminum based. Yeah, so why triclosan, they started removing it because once you kill so much bacteria, then the bacteria that does thrive in your, like, imagine you kill all the bacteria that's competing for the food that's stuck between your teeth, right? And you kill off 99.99% of the bacteria, and you only leave back the ones that survive. And therefore, they have an infinite buffet of food in between your teeth, and then they thrive and replicate. Now, all of a sudden, you have a, you know, antibacterial resistant strain of bacteria in your mouth that you now spread to people. And so when you flush and kill a lot of so the bacteria compete with each other to keep each other in check, but you kill a lot of the bacteria that's not really that toxic, you start to create a flora of, resistant bugs to resistant strains to like antibacterial, and then the harmful ones can start to grow. So I think that like they were pressured very heavily by I guess governments and other organizations to say like, antibacterial is kind of a myth. I mean, it helps, it does remove bacteria, but do you really actually care to do that? Most organisms survive by being in harmony with their environment. It's okay to introduce bacteria to your system. It didn't kill us a million years ago when we were cavemen, so it's not going to kill us now. But constantly killing good bacteria means that the bad ones that could kill us would thrive. And so for whatever reason, like I told iDoc, she's like, should I order some toothpaste online? I'm like, yeah, but only get Colgate Total, because there's triclosan in it. She's like, what's that? I'm like, oh, it's so good. And then we ordered it and it didn't have it in it. I was like researching, and apparently they took it out like maybe 5 years ago. So Matt's a master holder. Let's go, baby. I'm hanging on. $175. Let's go. Let's go. Let's make some money. Gap fill to gap fill all day long, though. This like 7-point rip in S&P left and right. Is it a breakout from here? Res is getting slightly better. Do we break out and go to highs from here? That's the real question. Or I just take my profit and call it a day. It didn't pick up steam earlier. Let me take my profit and call it a day. Let's just like leave it alone. How about that? We cool with that? Should we just leave it alone, chat? I think I don't see anything move in this market today. 3 gap fill to gap fills already. Yeah, I've been scalping this all morning. Dude, oh yeah, Dr. Squatch has a Sydney Sweeney bath water for all you fanboys out there version of a Dr. Squatch bar. She literally takes a bath in the bath water, and they use the bath water in the recipe. Hubba hubba. Who doesn't want some of that? It's sold out. Well, I bought it all. That's why it's sold out. Sorry, guys. I pre-ordered all of that. Me and Sydney gonna connect in the bathtub all day long. You Mike is like, I ate 2 of those bars already. I saw that online. I was like, oh man, I bet you it smells good too. Oh, she smells so good. That's disgusting. that the bottle of Diddy oil, and it's on. There we go. That's a party right there with some Sydney Sweeney bath water and some Diddy oil. Now that's what I'm calling. That's what I'm calling a good time. Ugh. It tastes better than it smells. Oh my god, you guys, that's funny. Y'all are too funny. I finally have a good reason to eat soap. Oh yeah. Delicious. Oh, giveaway? Oh shoot, I even forgot about that. Fuck, hold on. What am I going to give away today? What do we got, guys? How many more of these do I have left to get? I don't even know if I have enough my funds for the month. Maybe I'll ask them for some more for just this month, because we gave so many away last week. We do have, oh, this is for this week. We have 50K. Oh, by the way, this week on Friday, 50K DTFs from ETF. So the 50K, the better ones. Cool. We got so busy talking about eating soap and banana burgers, banana bison burgers, that we just kind of lost sight of what's important on the stream is making money, doing giveaways, banana soap burgers, and putting plastics in your washing machine, and COVID was a hoax, and whatever we're talking. Slow day, we get creative here. Okay. Women are oppressed, also able to sell their bathwater. No, women are oppressed, but also able to sell farts in a jar. Do you remember the fart in a jar girl? Girl would fart inside of a jar and sell it, and she made millions of dollars selling her farts in a jar. Google that. Oh, that I'll tell you. Banana soap burgers are the best. It's a true story. Fart jar. Okay, let's get the giveaway going. Respect to everybody. No, we mean no disrespect to anybody. Actually, we mean disrespect to everybody all at once. Let's just equally disrespect all. That way, let's not try to this is the way I feel about the world, okay? Why patty cake around people's feelings to not try to disrespect one person? Just disrespect everyone equally like a comedian. You get away with it, right? We live in this world with a little bit of comedy, a little bit of joke, and that always lets things go a little. Everyone has a good time. They say the best relationships and friendships come from people who are allowed to like subtly make fun of each other. So we can't make fun of each other. We can't laugh at each other. We can't make fun of each other a little bit. Then who are we in this world anyways? So I promise you guys going forward, promise you that I will disrespect everyone equally. And then nobody wins. We just all equally lose. And then we're fine. And we'll call it a day. All right, let's do a giveaway. That's the best way to live. Giveaway. Raffles, here it is. Okay. What do I want to give away now? Let me go examine my bucket of stuff. I'm so behind today because being Monday and all. Okay. Let me check NASDAQ really quick. What's NASDAQ doing? Nothing. Bum 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 ba bum 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 ba ba dum. You might keep going a little bit higher. All right, let's do a. All right, we'll do Tradeify Advanced. Since this is a small giveaway stream, I'll give you guys the small giveaway account. Choose Tradeify Advanced. Let's go. Tradeify. We all know with Tradeify. I'm gonna talk about those guys really quick. We love Tradeify here, one of our favorites. The advanced account will get you started, but I'll tell you, they have some really good sales. You use code Rocket Scooter, and the more you use our code, the more giveaway stuff we do get. Tradeify Advanced is pretty cool. Let me tell you what it's all about, and let me tell you what my favorite parts about Tradeify are. Now, it's one of the ones on the screen at the top are the ones I stand behind, the ones I use. Tradeify has the best straight to sim funded program out there. You can skip eval altogether and just buy a funded account, and then you start getting paid. 10 days trading, get the payout. It says the account you've seen me on stream since February. It's the account that has $134,000 of profit in it. I literally buy these. Growth is very similar to their My Funded Futures or Top Step. End of the day drawdown, which is my favorite kind of drawdown. There's a daily loss sim and a trailing drawdown to go with it. Advanced is very similar to the Apex style. It's intraday trailing drawdown. They're a little cheaper, but they have the trailing drawdown. It's a good starter level account, but I would recommend if you guys are using these guys, straight to funded's the way to go. And we get 30% off of all of it, but the advanced is still pretty good for somebody starting out. These 50K advanced is going to be like, 2,000 trailing max drawdown, intraday style. Then there's an activation fee if you pass it. So I don't think with these accounts there's an activation fee if you pass, but don't quote me on that because I never checked. But yeah, Tradeify is one of the bigs. They're what I like to call the big three. The Top Step, My Funded, Tradeify. They're the big three. You can't complain about them. They have stellar payout record. They have literally every influence in the world can testify to their greatness. I've never had a payout come greater than 24 hours after I requested. I usually get approved for my payout within an hour. And it's all automated, as Brett said. He's like, there's no manual anything. It's automated. You follow the rules, you get your payout. And I've never had a shenanigan at all. And so stand by them. They're one of the goods, one of the good ones. All right. Speaking of that, it's a Monday. We're kind of chill. No song, no craziness. Let's just spin the wheel. No elaborate, crazy amount of energy. Nothing. This is a muted day, a chill day. Let's have a chill spin. Oh, what are you talking about? We always play the song. What the fuck? Come on now. Just kidding. Aaron Myers. E. Ramirez, B13, you're the first winner. Type something in chat. You have a minute. E. Ramirez, B13. Number one. All right, number two. So you guys get Tradify Advanced. They're awesome. They're going to be very similar to your experience with Apex or Take Profit. Very similar. The Advanced is a really good account to get started with Tradify if you never used them before, but they are one of my favorites. I've been using them since February. Every single day. Very cool. And by the way, this Friday, we're giving away four funded accounts on Friday. So come here Friday. ETF has blessed us with 4 50K funded accounts. Straight up. Rack City. Woo! You type something in chat, bud. Congrats, man. All right, you too. You guys know the drill. This is for Tradify. Go to my Discord, send me a message. Show me a picture of your YouTube. Take a picture of a screenshot of your YouTube name. Just open up your account, take it for me, send me a message. Everyone go to my Discord anyways. Send me a message. Rack City was a pretty good song, yeah. And that's it. Congrats, you guys won. All right, got you guys. You're good. Just 2 today. Yeah. Today's a chill. Like I said, when we get more people, we do bigger giveaways. So at 700 people, 600 people, we do 2. The more you guys use our code, don't forget. Song need to be a little higher. Was it too low? Oh. By the way, you guys, make sure to take use of our codes. We have essentially the best deals of all the affiliates out there. We're they get different deals. We get the highest deal you can get, very similar to some of the other bigger affiliates. And sometimes you get special deals for just us, like with some of our partners, special arrangements, special uses, because you guys do so much business with them. Like we got a special sale with My Funded Futures the other day for just us. That was kind of cool. The more you guys use our code, the more I can go out there and fight for more free stuff. And like I say, we get the prop firms to give us more and more giveaway accounts every month. And then this year, if we start getting 1,000 viewers on the stream, we get about 800, 700. We get to 1,000. I will commit to buying a Tradify funded account for you every single day to give away on top of the other giveaways we do. So that'll be me buying. Again, this is, you guys can quote me on this. I will literally buy this for y'all. If we get 1,000 viewers on stream, I will go out and I will buy a funded account. I don't know which one I'll buy. I'll buy some of them, maybe a mix, but let's just say that, let's just pretend I buy this one right here, even the cheapest one. Okay. With our 30% off code. That is what, about 250 bucks times 20 per day. Even though I bought the cheapest one, I'm committing to, is that 5,000 bucks? So yeah, I will be giving the stream $5,000 a month if we get 1,000 people watching. Promise. That's a promise. So tell all your friends, tell everybody. As we grow, I'll grow, and I'll commit to giving you guys a funded account every day. Thank you for playing the Tradify game here. Oh, I said MFFU giveaway. Sorry. Today was Tradeify. Yeah. Let me check this. But end. It's over. Okay. That's it. But every day at 11, we'll do giveaways on the stream. I like to reward you guys. You know, we get affiliate money, obviously, but I turn it into giving accounts back away for the most part as much as I can. So also the income we generate helps develop the platform, pay for the staff. We have people that run the company. Rocket Scooter is a corporation with, 22 mouths to feed. Giveaway's over. Why are you still typing? It's over. That's it. We'll do more tomorrow, but as we get bigger, we will be able to give out more. And let me tell you guys what we have. So our donations from our partners donate us roughly, let me see how many we have right here. Count these all up here. We get, as of this month, we get 80 accounts donated to us to give away every month. 80 total. And that's not to mention My Funded Futures is like dousing us with more and more and more every month. That's not even counting how much they may give us this month, because they always message me like, hey Matt, we'll give you like 10 more or whatever. So that's 80 guaranteed. And then on top of that, I'll go buy 20 funded accounts with Tradeify for you guys. Now, every single week, my ETF has been blessing us with a huge lot to get you guys to try out their funded program. They really love it. And actually, ETF has been giving, I'm sorry. They've been giving us 16, not 12. Okay, yeah. 16 a month. So they've been giving us funded accounts as well. They're really trying to make a splash with their funded program. And on Friday, I'll give a whole detail on how their funded program is and how it's good. What I'd love to see about it. How do you claim? Go to my Discord, send me a message, take a picture of your YouTube with your account. Like, just click your profile right now and take a screenshot of that and send me a message in my Discord. And I got you tonight. After 2 years with me, you finally are now starting to get payouts. You're on your third Tradeify payout. With this, you're now profitable. Bro, let's go. Hey man, I'm glad to hear it, dude. I love hearing stories and you guys tell me I'll finally become profitable or whatever. Warms my heart, man. $8 away from passing your first eval. Jesus, no way. Dude, let's go, man. Let's go, dude. Don't rush it. Just be smart. You got this. It's always a good feeling, man, to be so close, but you're nervous because you're like, it's $80, all right? You know how it goes. I know the feeling. You get one more corn flip. You get a corn flip. Get one coin flip on this one. Take it slow with one microbe. That's not terrible advice. That's good, man. Take it slow. The last $80 it sucks when you're that close and you force it and it goes the other way and then you're further away. So you should be fine. You want the corn flip? Corn flip is my best kind of flip. Corn flip. Let's see, I do want to make a trade somewhere though. What account do I want to trade with though? Is this market going to move today? It's building up like it wants to sell off, but it's just not doing it. Whenever you feel like it wants to sell off and you look at all the data and data looks good, I still long the market. You know what I mean? Maybe if you fall down here and Nasdaq touches, I guess this is not really like an A+ setup, but if Nasdaq hits right here, that's not a terrible place to like try to take a long from. Maybe, you know? It's like definitely like a B setup. It's not like the best, but it's not terrible. What's the reset fee on Tradeify? It depends on what account you got. You don't reset your straight to fundeds. You just delete them and start over. 169 on the growth and 69 on the advanced. Well, actually, it depends on which one you get to. They're different fees for different amounts, but If you see on the page here, that's what they are. And you don't reset the fundeds. You're babysitting. Yeah, dude. The funded next, just babysit them, man. Like, wait until it lines up. There's no reason to rush those. And with my funded futures right now, I'm kind of like, I have a live account with them too. I'm also babysitting. This is my first week trading it. So I'm like waiting for some good A+ setups to put some fat in that account, but nothing's happening. Yeah, 4 funded on Thursday, down to 1 now. Last Thursday was rough. Dude, last Thursday was rough for everybody, man. I think I lost whatever it was, 9K or something. Don't put that lower pivot there. Okay, I won't draw it. I'll spare you from it. That's it though, man. Can't we just get this? I mean, it's looking okay. I'd love to get like a quickie run like this. That'd be kind of cool to keep going. What's the hourly chart look like? Oh, I'm not even logged into Thinkorswim, huh? Hold on, guys. Don't go anywhere. Watch some ads. You know you love it. And, oh, we need to do our... Okay, so a couple announcements. We need to do our lifetime giveaway. Remind me on Friday, guys, lifetime rocket scooter giveaway for the month. Remember, if you use $1,000 worth of prop... prop accounts using our code, and I ask you to prove it, you can enter in on Friday's drawing that we do once a month for a free lifetime rocket scooter access. So it's a $4,000 prize for you. So the more you use our code, there's more stuff we do. So this is going to give you full access to the platform. I'm just trying to log into Thinkorswim. So hang in there for a minute. Installing updates. Okay, it's taking forever to install the updates. All right, we'll circle back. You'd love for it to rock from here? I know, like me too. That's what I want to see. I want to do something here. Maybe I should. All right. Like, do I just want to like whatever and just tap it? Like with 1NQ, like for shits and gigs? Just grab it on the go? Like, I mean, the drawdown's really small. It's 40 points from here to here. It's $800 of drawdown if I take it. I can survive $800 of drawdown. No big on this account. That's easy. Nothing's selling off. Market's just trucking along. Why not? The open's likely to support unless this white line goes below 0. Res is still positive enough for the market to stay pretty good, at least for holding above the upper part of the box. It's not a bad setup. I'm like relatively flat for the day. Like, I'm barely up like $1,000 across all the accounts. Not really much. Is the AMP interface easy to use? So for trading, Matt, you'll use like a trading platform like Tradeovate or something, which is pretty easy. AMP's website, their interface, you're talking about like the broker interface on the website. You really wouldn't use that much. Just to access your account and stuff. You probably, and it's not really that bad. It's pretty simple to use, but you're not actually trading through AMP. Most futures brokers will tie into a trading platform with CQG. Now, I don't think, now if you're using AMP, you can trade AMP through Rocket Scooter and you can use our platform. It's pretty straightforward. Just open the DOM and you can trade. Not bad. I'm a king at holding. It's like a commit to trade. I'm trying to log into Thinkorswim so I can go like do some bigger calcs. There we go. Let me log in here. This market ain't doing much today. But with that being said, because it's not doing much, I never bet that it dies out. We actually lost. Oh, so we actually, never mind. So I thought we were above triple B. We've actually dropped below triple B and VVIX is at 90. So market's clean and bullish again. Whatever initial scare we had to sell off is kind of gone. So this might be another day where we just continue to go higher. And at least if we sell off, usually selling off from a bull market usually entails higher highs before it does sell off. So don't be discouraged or thinking the market's going to crash out today. Usually higher highs is the first place you'll go in a nice like bullish daily run. It doesn't usually just fall out of the sky. Usually it has to test or break something out and then fall. So today it probably might be the case. It doesn't feel like the market wants to go anywhere, but it's probably, as betting man goes to there, that 21,942 red line is probably the resistance target for today. So I'm going to plant that long and sit on and just let it go and let it ride all day. I might not care to do much. The S&P, I don't know if we have a similar red line target. Let me double check way back here. No, we've already broken through the highs in the S&P. There is nothing nearby. Okay. It'd be nice to get like one quickie pop to test high. 60.25 would be nice. I'd like that. No, that's why I was getting Thinkorswim to try to see if there's any yellow, red, anything close by, like any pivots nearby that were worth mentioning. I don't think we have any really. I need to test if that's something. Let's go back and look. That's exactly what I was trying to do. Do we have any other pivots to consider? There's really nothing. Oops, I went way too far. Don't be selling. What's this one? Let me zoom out a little bit so I can't find where that day was. Go back, go back, go back. No. Like, am I blind? Oh, it's before here. Okay. No, there's nothing there. Okay, that wasn't it. What about here? Nope. Maybe here? Where's the day I just marked? No, that doesn't count either. Well, there's that drawdown back to here. That's what I want to see. maybe from there's got to be one. Yeah, it's like there's nothing nearby, man. Nothing. Not on the S&P. On NASDAQ. Well, screw you too. All right, let me get so I can pick up a good entry off of this. Off this top right here. I mean, this little area would be a great spot to play on if it bounces. I might add to the position. If not, I'll just hold on to what I got. I really don't want to add risk. I want to lower my cost basis. So if this dips down in here, I'll long off at the same spot like I did this morning. Yeah, so S&P's pretty far away. There's nothing nearby on S&P. On NASDAQ, let's check the same stuff. Well, NASDAQ has something there, but it's going to be probably farther away. Yeah, NASDAQ doesn't have anything nearby either. The heck is this? Where's that one come from? Oh, that doesn't apply anymore. Okay. No, nothing nearby, guys. There's like no reds, no yellows, nothing. So with NASDAQ, we have this 942 level. That's the one that I'm considering or that I'm liking. I have it. I thought I had it marked. Well, I guess I don't. Okay. I swear I've had that number marked forever, but let me remark it. That's it. That guy. And then S&P nearby. What do we got? Nothing near 6083. I swear I marked these things. How do they disappear? Okay. Well, we're good there. All right. How are we doing? How's Res looking? Pretty solid. Everything's still solid. S&P's looking solid. FGAP for support. Everything's looking okay. NASDAQ's the one that's giving a little trouble. But still okay. Half gap support there would be nice. But again, if it does flush, I mean, there's so much good A+ setup down below that I wouldn't be even mad. I just want to see this go up to there. That'd be a great start to the week. We have a light news week. There's no real reason for markets to move. There's no news events until Wednesday, unless there's like trade war speculation. I don't really see anything happening today in the market, so we'll just be cautious and take it easy. But yeah, the momentum is up. It's good. All these dips are for me worth buying. Not scared of it at all. So. Trying to figure out, wait, hold on. How to get into charts and trade from the client portal. Matt, I already explained it to you. They don't have their own platform. Most futures brokers don't have a trading platform. AMP, you'll get CQG credentials and tie it into like TradingView or something. So ask your guys at AMP, Matt, to give you, say, what are my CQG login credentials? Say CQG, and go to TradingView or go to Rocket Scooter or go anywhere. You can log into other platforms that has CQG on it. TradingView is the most popular one. Yep. Yeah, the futures brokers are just like a computer in a closet with a telephone. I mean, it's not really like a big sophisticated company with trading platforms. Usually they're just like routing orders to the exchange. And yeah. Amp might give you a free quant tower install. Yeah, they might, like something like that. But it's usually a partner platform or something. Honestly, most people in modern day use TradingView. They have a desktop app. They have a mobile app. It's really solid. Does everything you want it to do. You'll have a good time with TradingView. Or Rocket Scooter. You can use our platform. We don't have a mobile app though, but you can also trade it in ours. Yeah, trading views for sure. Yeah, not something you log into. But Trade of 8 though doesn't work with AMP. They don't do CQG at Trade of 8. My personal trades are in my AMP account, which is connected here in Rocket Scooter. But my personal trading, I will usually do from my phone. In my personal accounts. That's how I balance all of that out these days. Where I'll have TradingView open up there. But the problem is that when I log into TradingView, it logs me out here. So that's the problem for my AMP account. So I had to get a different account to do my personal trading with, because I have AMP powering my Rocket Scooter here. I can only have CQG open in one place. How you make a trade in Rocket Scooter? You simply just have the contract open. You pop open the DOM and you can buy or sell here. I can just buy or sell here. Trading NASDAQ. This is my AMP account. Quantower is pretty good. Yeah, Quantower is good. And the problem with futures brokers are just like this. If you guys are like, man, there's like a lot of hurdles. I wish it was automated or cleaner or nicer. Trust me, you're preaching to the choir. Futures have always been like super antiquated. It's like futures still feels like it's the 1970s. There's a lot of paper trail, paperwork, going through hurdles. They just never made it like, they've never super modernized the whole futures industry. You have to like go to a broker, fill out all the stuff, wire in money, get the approval, then they give you credentials, and you go to another platform, then you log in, then you type in your contract codes. And I mean, it's just like, futures have always been kind of a hurdle to get started, but it gets easier as you learn the game. The futures industry is just like the broker here, clearing firm here, platform here. They're never the same company. You know, you go to like Thinkorswim, like to Schwab, and you can just put money in. They give you the platform. You can trade on it. So some of the bigs have made it easier, but futures were never like big, you know, billion-dollar companies like, you know, Chase or Schwab or something. And so, you know, there's always a bunch of third-party apps to trade futures, and it's just always been that way. But they're pretty good at giving you instructions on how to get situated elsewhere. TradingView has made it pretty easy to connect all your brokers for the most part in a single place. They're pretty good at that. By considering making a mobile app in the future, I mean, it's something I'd like to have, but I don't know if we'll do it because it's not really useful use of our capital at this stage with so many other things we need to make. A mobile app is just a, I would say nice to have, but you can use this platform on mobile by just opening up the browser and then logging into Rocket Scooter and loading it up. Now it's not a mobile version of the platform. It's this platform in a mobile version of the browser, which it's like you can just move your thumb and like zoom around different parts of the platform and zoom in and trade. Definitely possible. But if you just want the information, just log into it from a browser. And so, you know, we're not hyper focused on trading through the platform yet. One of the future iterations I have dreamed for the platform is to have multiple connections, kind of like TradingView, and at which we'll need a mobile app. But this phase, we still want to build the components, the back testing and all that. So it's kind of taking priority over the broker connections. Yeah. Bills are hit or miss through the Trade of 8 integration. Which Jason, is this prop account or is this a real account that Trade of 8's giving you some issues? Yeah, they're good with the instructions. They've been given the same one for the last 40 years. Yeah, for real. Okay. Okay, prepped and ready to go for my funded. Starting up in a little bit. You guys know the drill. Y'all go over there, show us your support and love. They've been showering us not only our stream, but their stream with all this extra cool giveaway stuff. We'll give you the link. Head over there in about 5 minutes. Don't head over there yet. And we'll wrap up in about 5 minutes over here. Market just gently trading lower. Gently trading lower. But let's see if she decides to gently trade higher. No volatility. VIX in decline. VIX in decay. Any dip is short-lived. Non-volatile markets tend to hold, so we'll see if it holds. We have completely annihilated triple B, and we're now down here in the safe zone on VIX. So my bet is still on a slow, steady trickle up from today. I don't think we're going to get a big sell-off A+ setup from bear zone top or bull zone bottom. But I do think a closed test half gap support would be the dip we'd all been waiting for, possibly. Yeah, so I don't think we crash to the open and fall unless resilience nosedives, and so far it's good. Prop accounts. Yeah, so a lot of times the prop account, the issue is with Trade of 8. Because it's not real like Phil. So in the real data, as Bailey's is talking about, real data and real trading is absolutely different than the fake environment of prop firms. So when you get like a real data feed from AMP and you're trading a real broker in TradingView, it is flawless, like literally flawless. You will never have a problem getting orders filled in a real account. It's these like simulated prop data feeds that aren't even real. It's fake data feed. It's a fake bid, a fake ask. It's trying to mirror the website, and it's going through some like simulated market that Tradeify runs and sells this paper data feed to everybody. And it's not a real market. It's not real orders. It's just something on a server that's probably overloaded because so many people trade props now. And the Trade of 8's system is kind of garbage in general for props. Yeah. So for real trading, I mean, there's so many good ones, but TradingView is the most, like, it's very affordable. It's really good. And you can put practically any broker into it, which is why most people use it. Let's get that run, baby. Okay, guys, I'm going to spam in chat. Start heading over there in about 5 minutes. Not yet, but my funded. You guys know the drill. I'm going to give me some water before I start that show, though. And hang on. You guys scream at me if my trade starts losing money. I can hear you from the bathroom. Don't worry. Go. I wonder where my dog is. He ran off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. LOL. We'll start. Okay, we'll close out in like 2 minutes here. I'll stream in the afternoon after my funded, though. You guys come back. Okay, let's get started over here. The indicator videos from 2 years ago, are they still relevant? From that period, yeah, they're still relevant. I mean, we just got better at using them. So some of the better tricks on how to and when to use them are in the newest bootcamp. The indicators videos, the indicators haven't changed, but our application got stronger. So I would trust the newer stuff to have better information as we've learned better ways to use it, like more high probability setups and stuff in the newer videos in bootcamp. All right, targets to the upside, big tick. I'll talk about him later. 942 on NASDAQ is my big target. But come over to My Funded. Everybody go over there now. Go in there, start typing rocks in chat. Tell people we want Matt. We know how it goes. Go over there. I'm out of here, guys. We'll see you on a little bit at My Funded Futures TV. And then afterwards, we'll come back over here. So don't go anywhere, because after that, we'll be here. They do giveaways on that stream. 10, 15, 20 a day, and they give us more to give away on ours. So support them, support us. Maybe we'll get 100 giveaways a month with My Funded. We almost hit 100 in 2 weeks last time.
Up. I don't even know how this turned out, but I'm just curious